everybody, welcome back to Silver Dice Society. We're gonna get right back into another episode of Veilfall. Welcome to Veilfall episode 10.
Well, hey, how's it going? We got 10 episodes.
Speaking of what happened last time, my memory is a little all over the place. So who's next this time? What happened last time?
Charge!
And then he abandoned us.
Actually, everyone else.
It's up on YouTube. Go ahead and go watch it on YouTube. Otherwise,
we were all just like, what the hell?
You understood by the end.
Yeah.
You got it.
That was perfect.
it was something.
The only thing I forgot was the mushroom cloud at the beginning. That was it.
The boom.
Oh, there was quite a large
boom.
explosion.
The
It was
boom.
great.
The boomers.
The boomer.
The
Avir
boomer
saved
did
us.
indeed boom. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously?
We jumped out a window.
More than that.
We floated. We saw some tieflings.
We did so much. You literally have to go watch the
You really
Tieflings
have
tried
to
to
go
kill
watch
us?
the last episode to see, because it was a brilliant episode.
Two of us
But
jumped
It
off
was.
the tower and tried to glide, and both rolled at once.
pretty
It was
much.
unfortunate.
It was 3 nat ones in a row. A
Wow.
luck check and then 2 jumps.
Yeah.
3 nat ones.
I
In a
survived
row.
on 1 health
Good for you. Good for you.
There's a lot of
Congratulations.
through the whole
Not over
thing.
here.
Yes, choose
Where
life.
has be gone? No,
Yeah,
that's
I
even
tried.
more in
I
camera.
tried.
Off to the side, off to the side.
We're not sponsored.
There we go.
All So last time we ended with the group separating. Glass, being as curious as he was, wanted to stay back to see what was happening.
Oh, yeah.
And as the group left towards the Highlands, they met the Seekers Lodge members who were coming through. And as they passed, they were offered lodging at the Seekers Lodge for the night after a day and a half of travel. You guys made it to the Seekers Lodge with one of you having split off, even though you were with them at the very beginning. So,
Well, also one of them just didn't come with us.
yeah. One, Glass didn't, as I said at the beginning, Glass did not
Yeah.
join you guys. He
Yeah.
stayed behind,
We
and
met
Megor split off.
Master of the Lodge as well. What are they called?
You met her again.
met her again, and then
Well,
threw her, and then threw
Avir
her
met
under
her
the
for
bus
the first time.
as hard as possible.
Yes, absolutely. And it was something that
Well
She
deserved.
threw herself.
that Haldren knew was coming,
No,
and
I
he
told
paid you
her.
for your
And I
troubles.
held her
Yep.
under the bus.
Yeah, you did.
And
Haldren as well is the second in command.
We
Sorry.
hauled her.
no, it's the Haldren was his name. You are correct.
Haldren.
Haldren.
Yeah.
Aldrin the dwarf, the second in command.
And I asked if he had pauldrons, and he did indeed have
Yes.
pauldrons.
Pauldrons.
And you guys made your way to the Highland Secret Lodge, where you stayed for the night. Some family reunion happened the next morning. A quick one, though.
And now there's a
just
dead
a quick
guy.
glancing. Yeah, now there's a dead guy at the end of the path.
Yeah,
Um,
at least I'm pretty sure he's dead. I'm gonna go check, but
Oh,
With-
right, Dave. Or Fred.
Fred. You called him Fred.
Fred.
What?
Fred the dead guy.
Fred. His pseudo name is Fred.
There was a dead guy?
He didn't give
Well,
me
at
his
the very end.
You'll actually.
You
don't
don't
know
know this because you are separate. You left us behind.
And from there, Rhaegor was left the group to his own devices.
I remember him saying, not to us, but to himself, it was to protect everyone from your dangerous
Yeah.
everything.
There's too much heat.
Yeah.
And
Literally.
that being said, yes,
No, please. I don't want to interrupt for this. Okay, I do want to interrupt for this.
go ahead.
I've been waiting
You always
a
want to
week,
interrupt.
Yeah.
and I didn't say a thing.
All right.
Did we level up?
No.
Fuck!
Soon we go on strike.
Soon. That's it.
Um,
I'm done
We're
interrupting.
gonna start with Rhaegor.
Oh.
You've left on your own multiple paths to take, some more treacherous than the rest, but the main path taking you down as the fields of green begin turning into more craggy rock, more beige, and then dark red stone as you get closer to the echoing canyons.
West or east?
West.
He's heading west.
West. There we go.
Okay.
Is there anything you do? So this is going to be a several day travel solo. and you're heading in a single direction, but you don't have much direction other than what you managed to
supplies.
memorize off of a map.
So we're
Okay.
here.
Huh.
So he's going all the way over here.
So where are you headed?
That way.
And
I think I probably
This
need
is
to
the-
get to the nearest town.
Okay.
big difference. This is
Gonna try and follow signs, maybe if there's roads, and then try and find a settlement of some sort, and see if I can gather some intelligence.
Okay. You get further and further on. I'm gonna get you to roll me survival.
yeah.
All right, first roll, let's go. Ooh, that's gonna be 18.
Nice.
18. On an 18, you walk through the winds that are becoming drier and drier as you continue your way into the rocky lands. The carts and the people passing by are getting a little bit more. As you continue, the crowds are getting a little
Vultures.
bit less willing to show their faces to strangers on the road. The ones who are going in the same direction as you notice, are very much so keeping their distance. And as you may even attempt to stay a little bit off the beaten path, you're not alone. The closest settlement or area with people, you can see a steady line heading down into the canyon, and there is a main sign at one of the crossroads. After maybe a day's worth of travel past the lodge, that says Echowind Pass one way and Runivore Gate down into the canyon. Nobody is going towards Echowind Pass. It's just,
Okay.
it doesn't look like there's any space beyond that. It's just a settlement. The majority of people, even large carts who are taking people or goods, are heading towards the gate. What do you do?
I guess I'll go where the people are.
Okay. You travel more, another half day's time. The descent is starting to become more and more noticeable as you can start to see the actual cliff sides as you're getting down this area, and it's starting to become crowded. There are people in lines. You can't see where people are stopped or what settlement is down here yet. It's just people are beginning to get in order. Is there anything you'd like to do before you kind of get into this place?
Just look around me, take a quick look to see like what kind of people are around me.
Yeah, roll me perception.
These like shady individuals, or it's a 10.
Okay. On a 10, you look around and it seems like the majority of people around here are keeping pace with the same kind of sense that you have. That the marching, the people understand that there's nothing to be gained from showing strangers your face. You see people with more capes, like wide-brimmed hats to keep themselves
Perfect.
more and more less attractive. You see some people even actively attempting to hide themselves within the crowd. You're not sure from who or from what. It just seems like all there is here is strangers. And you can't even see the end of this. And as you look down, the road takes a twist into the canyon as the actual tall sides of this canyon rise to 40, 50 feet above. And you walk in, and do you want to be stealthy at all as you're going? Or are you just kind of blending in with the crowd?
Just blending in, yeah.
Okay. If you want to be exceptionally stealthy, I will get a roll if you want to blend more. But if you're just going with the movement of the crowd and you don't want to be...
Yeah, I just want to go with the movement of the crowd.
You continue moving, and you see this massive, as you turn this sign, you see this massive market of like red and yellow tapestries hanging between two like stalls and carts and stuff like that to keep the beaten sun from hitting the ground. It's quite hot as you move down here. The sun is beating down on you. Everything. It's a wonder that so many people are still wearing as much clothing as they are. They're much like yourself. And you continue, and as the cliff face begins to reveal Runivore Gate itself, this massive stone gate set into the bottom of this canyon that seems to be not only fully guarded, but you can see up like little crow's nests attached across 50, 60 feet up of packed guards, the same from Windhome, that are keeping an eye on everything.
Oh.
The military, right?
No,
Oh, sorry.
Ember
Pact.
Guard. That's the
Ember
military.
Guard.
So the pact is the guards.
Police.
The police.
The birds.
Guess I'll. Can I go further into the market?
Yeah, you see what looks to be hundreds of people. There's people here who have very likely made this their home, a very big possibility of making this their home. It's big enough that people could stay here if they wanted to, but too small to really own property or anything like that. You can see like small stalls have made themselves open with like makeshift benches to be kind of walk-up bars where you can grab a drink and stuff like that, but it doesn't really seem, aside from like the barracks that are attached to these crow's nests inside or built onto the sides of these canyon walls, that there's not really a whole lot of, I want to say, home here. I'm gonna need you to make me a perception check, please.
Oh, that's a nat one.
Ooh.
A nat 1.
Hood's too big.
Wind blew it off.
On a natural 1, as you're following the crowd, you get bumped, and someone looks over their shoulder and says, "Sorry," and continues on.
Can I do like an equipment check?
Yeah, go for it.
What am I rolling for in investigation?
Probably investigation.
Or like perception?
No, this would be something like investigation.
Alex,
Taking stock
can you
of
look
all
at the
your
delivery?
stuff.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
That's 13.
13. On a 13, you pat yourself down. You're not missing anything. You feel the blade at your hip. You feel your pistol is fine. You feel, and then your coin pouch is gone.
Oh, son of a... All right, killing a man. Okay, I'm running after that guy.
Rolling perception.
Or I'll
On a nat
I'll
1?
walk like a quick walk, like a walk jog,
Entirely possible.
like a jock,
Yeah.
a wog.
A jock or a walk.
Speed walk like a little old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me perception. Tell me what it is.
It's a 9.
A 9. I'm gonna roll for this guy's stealth. I'm gonna give him advantage because of your nat 1.
Okay.
So if he beats your 9, he gets a +1.
Oh fuck.
To a
Yeah, well,
stealth.
if that's the
That's
case,
not much.
if
You
that's
want to
the
use your
case,
second one?
I
Now,
won't-
did you sleep at all in your last 2 days of walking?
Yeah, I 100% would have.
Okay, I'll give you that.
In the bushes.
You use your second wind to add some stuff to it.
He's done it before.
That's what he seems to do.
Yeah.
He almost had a
Okay,
half.
go for it.
That's why he's so unkempt.
You
He's
did.
sleeping in bushes.
So, yeah, my survival's super high, so of course it's sleep.
That's awesome. Not many campaigns you get to utilize survival.
I'm blanking on how this works again, so it's a bonus action.
You just add the d10 to your roll. So you roll a 9
Oh, okay, yeah, for the ability instead. So it's a 9.
plus.
Ooh, that's cocked.
Roll again. A 9 plus.
2.
Okay, so he's got to beat an 11. He gets a +1. So if he meets, or no, because you would be rolling against his stealth, if he gets an 11 or higher, he wins. If he gets a 10 or lower, it's literally 50-50.
Come on.
He does have advantage.
First roll's a 2. What is that?
That's a 10.
Oh boy.
On a 10, he does fail. You look back towards where the where you felt the person bump into your side. You don't see them at first. You see just a sea of cloaks, and as you look back, you're seeing all these heads kind of bob in and out of the crowd, and just out of pure happenstance, you see bump another person in line, turn a little bit, and you see him grab another
Son of a
coin
bitch.
pouch, and he continues walking. He's getting away though.
I'm
He's
following
very
him. Like I'm gonna stay very close, but I'm waiting to make my move.
All right. And he continues walking. Are you following him to wherever he's going?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. This is great.
He continues walking past the merchants area, which is everybody around you is calling it the arcade. They walk through this massive area, and there's a portion where there's a small part of the canyon that opens up that's a little bit thin, and it opens up into a kind of corridor that goes around the side. And it's more built in there, where people have more permanent stalls, more permanent, like it's made out of stone. and
Okay.
such.
Soy.
That's a mocha.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Mocha Frap is me.
Oh.
Thank you.
Eyes of a hawk.
And as you continue walking, are you going to attempt to stay stealthy as you're following?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Roll stealth.
13.
Okay. You see him glance back, and he meets eyes with you.
Oh fuck.
But it doesn't look like he's making any changes to his movement. He's not sure if you're following him, or he may be faking it. Who knows? He continues to walk through the crowd, and he gets to a point where right in the center, it's like a little half circle. Right in the center is a large flag that has the pack, which is the Northern Star of blue and white. And as he walks around it, and there's a large, what looks to be an orcish man, but not orc. You've never really seen a Goliath before. Like 7.5 feet tall, pure muscle, and he's moving some stuff around. And as he passes behind him, you lose him for a second. And as you make it around him, he's running.
I'm taking off after him.
Okay?
How distance-wise, how far is he from me?
He's about 40 feet.
Oh fuck, yeah, I'm running.
Okay. You are running after each other through the market at this point, and you are neck and neck. He looks back every now and then just to see you're there. He tosses some things in stalls down behind him. Roll me a dex save.
It's a 5.
On a 5, none of the items that fell out of the basket managed to trip you up, but you do hit up on the basket, and you stumble for a second, and he gets a little bit further away. He is still within view, but if you stumble one more time, he's going to get away.
Okay.
So we're going to do 2 more checks. He's still running through the market. He's throwing things off of stalls. People are like, hey, attempting to get his attention, your attention, and stop both of you. And you continue down this area.
I'm gonna yell out.
Yeah.
That man stole my coin! Stop him!
I'll roll me perception.
I feel like they're not gonna care.
Probably not, but hey. That is a 7. Oh.
Oof.
On a 7, all you see is that this part of Runivore Gate does not have near as much of a presence as the other side
Of guard.
of guard. There are people who look at you and then scoff and continue to go back to what they were doing.
Well, this man's fate's decided then. Alright.
And you continue running. I'm going to need another dex save.
That's going to be a 12.
On a 12, it's above 10. You manage to step over and just deftly dodge the old woman who kind of came out to like shake her fist as you guys ran. And one last dex save, and this will be the last one before we move on. So one more dex save. Just got to beat 10.
It beats it. It's another 12.
Nice. You manage to just get out of the way as he pulls down one of the tapestries that are hanging above, and it clobbers someone else, and they start like trying to get it off from over them. and you see him duck down in behind what looks to be the largest quote-unquote building here that you've seen, in terms of, it looks like this was actually built into the canyon, a permanent fixture, and he ducks inside.
I'm gonna run and slide. Is it like, how low is it?
Not very. It's an actual like full domed door. There's no doors
Okay.
or anything to actually get in. It's just like an archway.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put my hand on my dagger
Yep.
and just run in after him.
Okay.
I'm about to get clotheslined, aren't I?
No. You walk in. You run in.
Yeah.
Make me another perception check.
Oh, that's a dirty 20. 19 on the
Yeah.
Ooh.
die. No, thank you.
When you
On a
need it.
19, you don't see him, but you do see an orcish lady behind the bar whose eyes dart down, even though she's not meeting your eyes.
I'm gonna slowly walk over to where she looked down, hand on my pistol, ready to just blow this guy's brains out.
Okay. She doesn't address you. She attempts to not even look at you.
I'm gonna I'm actually going to draw my gun and
Okay.
point it and kind of slowly go around the table or corner. Trying to stay a little inconspicuous with the gun though.
Until it goes off.
Until it goes off.
Okay. You're trying to stay stealthy as you like. It's a full bar, so it's like a good 2 feet
Okay.
of solid wood between you and the other side. So bending over and attempting to shoot from here would be quite the feat. Are you just kind of like preparing and looking,
Yeah.
or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm ready to absolutely draw and shoot if I do see him. But I'm going to want to lure him into a false sense of security and just start walking, like creeping over towards where she looked at.
Okay. The lady will finally address you as she sees you're attempting to look over, and she's like, "Can I help you?" And she gets in your way.
So I'm gonna dart past her.
This is a professional establishment, and she will get in your way.
I need
I
you to
help
step aside.
Roll me intimidation.
Oh, come on.
No, this is an ability check, by the way, not a saving throw.
Oh. Okay.
Just saying.
I'll use my second win.
Okay.
And
He
my
wants his
last-
money.
You don't have to. I'm just saying. I don't want to play for you. I just
No, I
wanted
know.
you to know
It's-
he's weaving in
What,
saving
it's-
throws.
It's for what again?
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Don't tell me. I will give you an option because I know you're new. If you can tell me if he does anything else to make it more intimidating, I will give you advantage
Yeah.
instead of using this precious resource.
I'm going to, for a quick second, just like as close as possible, and just say, with guttural ferocity, step aside.
Okay, roll me again. The D20, not the D10. So you still have that resource. You're rolling the D20
He's pretty
again.
much saying like don't use
You're
your
re-rolling.
second win.
He's giving you advantage.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Giving you
Yeah.
advantage instead.
I saw that.
Why have
Intimidation is in,
Thank you.
Yeah.
9.
Ooh.
On a 9, you can see that she's questioning her decision to step in front of you, but you see a quick dart of the eyes back to the bar and then back to you, and she straightens up.
Oh.
What business do you have at the Traveler's Hearth? Maybe a drink. And she gestures to a seat at the bar.
I'll buy a drink when I get my coin back from the man hiding behind the bar. I say that like in a low voice.
I can assure you there is no man behind that bar.
Then let me check.
Roll me persuasion.
Come on, die. You've been doing me dirty.
It's not been doing so hot today.
50. Oh, so that means I have advantage, right?
Yep, you have advantage on persuasion.
So that was a 15. That's a nat 1, so going with a 15.
Okay.
15's good.
On a 15, you can see whether she's just trying to not be confrontational because this is her bar, or whether she's just trying to keep things down. You're unsure.
Okay.
She does gesture again towards the seat at the bar and says, I would advise against it. And she gestures towards the rest of the bar. With her head very quickly.
The rest of the bar.
Yeah. There are tables and a huge hearth at one end.
Oh, gotcha.
And there's do you look?
Yeah. Quickly though, just a glance.
You make a cursory glance and every single pair of eyes is on you.
Don't threaten the guy that serves the drinks. Girl. Orc.
Thing.
Person.
It.
I'm not there. They're not a person.
I'll give you 5 gold if you help me get my gold back.
Persuasion with advantage.
Yeah. Money talks.
That's a 5. 6.
Oh my god.
A jail die for this piece of
We do have a dice jail.
Do you need a new die?
Into the jail he goes! It's early to have the jail out, but you know what? It feels good.
It feels good.
Reroll that advantage, just the one.
I'll use my
Reroll just because we threw it in jail?
Yeah.
He really likes his jail.
There you go. What was it against? Sorry, perception?
Persuasion. I did increase the DC because I
Okay.
gave you an extra.
Okay.
But
Here, it should be like that die versus those.
And even though I have persuasion or advantage, this is the
not
already
giving
the
you
si-
persuasion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, it's
Fair.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 16 total.
on a 16, she sweeps an arm to the chair and says, how about we have a second?
What's that mean?
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna oblige, but I'm going to keep an eye on both exits of that damn bar, and if there's
There's only one, and it's at the far end of the bar. So closest to the door is off.
and this chair is where?
You're dead center.
Dead center? So I'd be able to see the exit of the bar if somebody tries to leave. Okay.
And it leads through like a carved thing in the rock that just has a curtain. So
Okay.
you'll be able to see pretty easily. You sit down at the bar. She goes around and she eyes you and says, 5 gold?
I'll make it 6.
She walks by and stops and kicks. She's like, someone's here for you. And you hear, ow.
Can you stand up for me?
No one's here.
I look over to the patron, or no, not the patron, the barkeep,
Yeah.
and I ask politely, "Do you mind if I just take care of this myself?"
Do I still get my gold?
You still get your gold.
As long as you don't step behind this bar, I won't do anything else.
I'm gonna give you one more chance to stand on your 2 feet before I make sure you can never stand again.
Roll me intimidation. I'm gonna go advantage. That was a good line. Go for it.
Cocked thing.
Respect the cock.
There you go. Okay. 13 on the die, so it's a 15 total.
On a 15, you look away from where the voice was heard back to the bartender for a second, and you hear a little bit of tapping, and you look back over, and a small hand reaches up and plops a coin pouch on the counter and then retreats.
I'm gonna grab it and I'm counting every single piece.
It is, you don't even have to count it. You pick it up and it is vastly lighter than it was initially.
I gave you a chance.
As
And
you
you're
say
playing
that,
games
2
with
more
me.
coin pouches.
Okay, do they?
It's not as much. You had 71 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
It's
72.
72. It's not as much, but it's getting there.
Did you say your life is worth 72 gold
Don't
pieces?
announce how much you have.
The orc looks over and she's like, just get up already. And she kicks again. You hear a yelp as this young, like, childlike tiefling with, like, very dark red skin.
Childlike.
They seem very young.
Could I roll perception as
Yeah, go for it. Or investigation.
investigation? It's a 16.
On a 16, yeah, tieflings don't age much different than humans.
So this could be an adult. Just as somebody who's kind of new to the D&D world.
They don't.
They don't age much differently than humans,
They-
so
oh,
they definitely
oh,
look
gotcha.
like a
Probably.
child.
Okay.
Probably okay.
Damn it.
But not like a young child, more like a teenager.
Oh.
Like maybe 15, 16 if you were to give it a guess. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, which one were you?
The heavier one.
That one was my favorite one.
Give me the bag, then come take a seat with me.
Okay. And he'll give you the big bag and he'll try to take all the small bags back. You want these too?
Except for that one, and I point to the lightest one.
Roll me intimidation.
Is that cocked?
No, that's flat.
That's a dirty 20. Yeah! 18 on the die.
Coming out on top.
This dice is treating me so much better.
He leaves the lightest one that you pointed to and takes the rest and he's just like, that was my other favorite. And he's got like ties inside of his cloak that he ties them up too quickly so that he can keep them on him at all times. And as he's like putting them back, you see more. He must have robbed like a whole bunch of people this morning. He's just got it all on.
You must jangle so much.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the light bag. I'm gonna toss it to the barkeep.
Okay.
How many coins are in there?
She grabs it and she begins to count. It's 2 gold short.
I give her an extra 4.
Okay.
Nice.
Pleasure doing business. Kiza, the man wants to talk. And he's just like, okay. He's got like a slouch as he kind of walks around the bar. He looks a little bit ashamed, but you can tell on his face he's only ashamed because he got caught.
Yeah.
That's it. But does come around the bar.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take a seat at the table and plop down and ask the barkeep for water.
Okay.
And a second water for my little friend here.
Is it Kiva?
She drops off Kiza.
Kiza.
Drops off 2 things of water. Gestures that it's on the kid's tab.
I appreciate it.
And she walks away.
All right, I lean back in my chair and I start just kind of cleaning the dust off of my gun and open my cloak enough to show my armaments. Kind of want to scare this kid.
Okay. Yeah, roll me intimidation again with advantage.
With advantage. So I heard you're dating my daughter.
18, 16 on the die.
Yeah. The kid looks like he wants to leave, but he's already been caught, so he's kind of resigned himself to sit here.
Don't worry. Was it Kiza?
Mhm.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you,
So can I go?
but don't push it.
Okay.
And I ask you kindly.
Okay.
Why are you stealing from people?
Because it's fun.
You ever thought that one day you're gonna steal from the wrong person?
Yeah. I stole from the wrong person yesterday too.
And what happened?
Not this, I got away.
And what would happen if I wanted not only my hard-earned money back, but the rest of the hard-earned money that you stole from others.
I imagine you.
Would you just give it over?
No.
Yeah, son?
Why would I give the? I stole it, and it's mine.
It'd be pretty easy to take all of it over your dead corpse.
Well, you should. If it's that important to you, you should be better at concealing it.
You're not wrong. You have some kind of sob story to tell me, kid. Is there a reason that you steal from people?
I told you already what my reason was.
Because you like it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, tell you what. What if, I'm in town, as much as you can call it a town, today,
Okay.
maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
You good at stealing things?
I'm good. I'm very good at stealing things, unless I get caught. Which doesn't happen often, but it has happened before.
If I had a job for you, then I'll pay handsomely.
Okay.
Is that something you're open to?
Do I have a choice?
No.
Then yes, absolutely, I'll do it.
Okay. And this is where you live?
No,
Where do you live?
here.
Alright, kid. You're funny, you know that.
Rombo lets me stay for free if I clean up after everybody's gone.
Not the barkeep?
Yeah.
Oh, Ramba?
Well, no, that's not her name.
Gotcha. Not her name. Alright, kid. I'll be in touch. And if you never see me again, don't ever steal from me again, because it will be your last time. Make sense?
It does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever been shot?
The look in your eyes.
You have?
I have, yeah.
Are you lying?
No. It was the same guy who did this, and he shows you his tail, and it's a stub. At the end.
I mean, you shouldn't be stealing, kid.
That wasn't because I stole.
Spit it out.
I don't have anything in my mouth.
Why'd they do that to you?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Because of
Because you're a tiefling?
yeah.
You lying to me?
No. Why would I lie to you? You just said gun shoots people and you have one. I assumed it was like a veiled threat.
Now you're getting better at this.
If there's anything I do, it's learned.
Does this... What about the other kids around?
There's-
Same thing happen to them?
I don't know.
You have any friends?
The barkeep.
Okay. Alright, Kiza. I'll see you around, buddy. And, I think he's got plenty of gold, so I'll leave him be. And I'm gonna go talk to the barkeep real quick before I
Okay.
leave.
The kid gets up and leaves after giving a nod to the barkeep. What do you do?
Going to the barkeep. Rumba?
Ramba.
Rumba.
And,
Rumba.
Of course you do.
and I'm just gonna talk to her and say, I couldn't help but notice the kid's tail.
Yeah, a certain group of the more, I guess you could say, religiously inclined came through and didn't really like the look of him, even though that day he wasn't doing much.
That's something they do often around here.
Not terribly, but I haven't seen one of them come through in a while.
Are they still in town?
No, the Varen don't generally come through here often.
Baron. Can I roll a history check on that?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, you
history or
can, bud.
religion, yeah.
11 on the die.
Can he roll with advantage?
History or religion? No.
History or religion?
Oh, no,
Both are at -1, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
A 10
dang.
is
So
your
10. Yeah.
is your DC. To get some information, the Varen Church or the Varen Faith is also known as the Church of Heroes. So they're the only ones who don't actually worship a god that has like a pantheon or anything like that. They worship people that they deem to be heroes from mortals. So there's a whole caste. There's like hundreds of them, of mortals of past that they worship.
Wonder what the gods think about that.
They don't answer gods.
Are they generally known as like a good people or a bad people?
There's consensus both ways.
Oh, okay. Not for me to decide. Okay. Well, then I'll just tell
Got a
the
soft
barkeep.
spot for the young ones.
Just kids. Kids don't deserve that kind of shit.
I agree.
So, if they're not in town, then I guess that kind of defeats the whole point of me talking to you. Anyways, I appreciate your hospitality. I appreciate your honesty. The kid's alive for now. I'd be careful. If you can, rein them in, because today I wasn't the wrong person. But judging by the faces I've been seeing around here, it's just a matter of time.
Oh, you got lucky. Giza usually comes in here with a significant amount of gold. What he does with it, I'm not entirely sure.
You keep an eye out for me. I'll be in town like maybe roughly a day. If
Keep
anything,
an eye out. You want an informant.
maybe, yeah.
I'm a mere barkeep with 6 gold in profit.
Could be more.
What are we talking?
Depends on the information.
Depends on the price.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Well, my services aren't exactly for sale to just anyone. I need a promise up front. As you said, there are some shady people here.
Okay. You know, I think I'm not gonna bother threatening you just because I respect you. I respect your establishment, but I also know that money doesn't come easy out here. Any dumb sod could see that with their own eyes. So, if I were you, I wouldn't be the one to haggle because you're not the one with the coin.
Last I saw, I'm the only hearth, bar, establishment in all of Runavor Gate. Who's to say I'm doing bad at all? Now, if it's information,
Don't know where the gold goes, eh?
not from Giza.
Not from Giza. Sure. Yeah. All right. We can negotiate a price, but only once you actually have information. I'm interested in 2 things. That's it. For the next 24 hours. Number 1, where's a good place to stay in town for the night? A safe place. And number 2, what's behind that big gate guarded by those? I think they're called. Emblem
The pact.
Pact.
All right.
And I only pay if it's an actual answer. I don't take hints.
15 gold pieces, and I can give you good information. 20 gold pieces, I can give you exactly what you want. I've been on the other side of that gate several times.
Yeah, we're very far apart in our numbers here.
I'm
so-
very good at haggling, and it seems like you've never done so. I throw out a number, and then you're supposed to throw out a counter offer, and we're supposed to meet somewhere in the middle.
No,
No? All
you
right.
priced much too high,
Okay,
so I think I'd rather just not.
not a problem.
I give you 2 gold coin per bit of information, and I don't mean bit of a phrase.
Okay, I'll give you a freebie. What is beyond the gate is more canyon.
But no more information, right?
Well, there's extra information.
So if I was to give you, let's say 4. 4 gold.
For 4 gold, I can give you.
That's about as much as I'm gonna give though. So
I can
better
give
make
you
this good.
a room somewhere, a place to stay, and a little bit more information on what's on the other side of the gate.
Make it a lot more information on what's on the other side of that gate, and you have yourself a deal for 6 gold.
Rolling persuasion.
So that's a 12, 14. It's an 18.
On an 18, she looks at you and she says, half up front. And you got yourself a deal.
I lay 3 gold on the table.
She doesn't touch it, but she does see it. And she just says, first beyond the gate is the rest of the canyon. Very, very dangerous. You'll likely meet not only bandits, but monsters, most of them demonic. The Seeker's Lodge from the Highlands are down here often, mostly seeping out from old ruins that get uncovered. There's at least one a year. They're not always bad, but the majority of them get pretty bad. I've heard stories that they get really, really bad sometimes, but we've not had one of those for a while. Treasure hunters are the ones you should be looking out for, but there is a pathway through the canyon. You'll need a Sherpa or a guide to make your way to Redstone, and you can make your way on top there.
And I'm guessing that Sherpa is Kiza.
Kiza's been around for a while. I'm not sure if Kiza's actually been on the other side of the gate. That would be a question for him.
Who would be my Sherpa? Somebody you know, somebody you trust?
Ask around. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Anybody that can arrange a service for me to get through this place, this lovely, lovely place unscathed?
It depends on what you want. If you want something above board legal, then you can ask the Pact. If you want something a little bit more illegal, then you could probably go back to the arcade and ask the proprietor of the stall that sells water.
Alright. I pass over the other 3 pieces of gold.
Thank you very much. Very trusting with your 6 gold pieces. Your information in terms of where to stay. The safest place would be with me. And I have 1 room available. But there is another place should you be okay with possibly getting killed or thieved again.
Here sounds fine.
All right.
And as I grab my shit so that she can point me to my room, I just let her know. If anybody comes in here giving you trouble, just come knock.
For the more quiet add-on, let's say, that'll be a whole gold.
A quiet add-on. I think you misunderstand me. What I'm saying is
if
that if
people
any
come looking for
unruly...
If you want me to stay quiet, that'll be the extra half.
I just offered you my services for the night. Keep this establishment safe if anybody acts out of line.
Your
and
services?
You're using this against me?
You offered me your services. This is the first time I've heard of that. You wanted a place to stay. I'm offering you a place to stay that's safe. Who's to say that
So
I
I'll
don't
make
have
myself
my own
clear.
place?
Ramba. If anybody comes in here asking about me, you say nothing. In return, I will help you while I'm in town. Make sure that if there's any unruly people in this bar, I'll put them in their place.
Rolling perception or persuasion with disadvantage.
16.
Oh,
This dice is working a lot better.
17.
Holy balls.
So 16 with,
Nice.
what was it, persuasion?
Decahedron.
21.
Yeah.
So that's +1 because the disadvantage negated your advantage, so you really only should have rolled once.
Okay.
So that would have been the 16 actually, so 21, never mind. She sighs, she rubs her temple, and she's like, fine. I'll tell my usuals to stay away from me. But if anything happens, it's on you.
Perfect.
Behind the curtain, first door on the right. You can't miss it, there's only one.
There's
Perfect.
only one. Interesting.
All right, I go to it, and well,
There's several rooms on the left, there's only one on the right.
Oh, okay.
You get straws from that.
Still her room though.
really?
And the sticky stuff is sticky.
You have a straw in your mug.
And you continue down the this like walled or this rocky area down into this path, and you get to your room, which is also again just a cloth hanging in a doorway.
Safe. Okay. I'd like to kind of gauge. Does this look like it's an actual room that is used frequently as a room, or does it look like something that was quickly fashioned into a room?
It looks like it's often used as a room.
Okay.
You walk in and it's decently large. There's a small bed on the one side, like a nightstand next to it, and like a full like armoire against the door.
Okay.
And as you walk in, I'm gonna need a perception check.
9. Yeah, just perception. So that's a 10.
On a 10, you walk in, begin making yourself comfortable, and you hear from the door, like just on the inside in the room with you. You're really on your own. And you turn and look up, and it is the mask with the golden eye. He's just standing there.
You ever heard of privacy?
I told you I'd come and find you. Never thought I'd find you alone. And from there, we're going to hop back over to everybody else. Back at the lodge with you guys.
I'm gonna go up to this body and make sure it is a body and not alive in some capacity.
Roll investigation or medicine.
Medicine, please. I don't even know if it's good for me. That's the kind of check I'm trying to make.
This is
It's
why
a
I left
12.
the group. You guys are dealing with a body already.
I'm not.
Yeah, but soon it's gonna be your body that's the problem, and no one's gonna be around to check your vitals.
He's safe in that room.
On a 12, you begin checking for any kind of normal vitals, and there are none.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I assumed he's dead. That's easier.
It is not in that capacity. You touch, and it's like there's no give in the skin. You touch, and it feels like weirdly.
Is this a real person?
And then you push just a little too hard on the chest, and it's like breaking open a chocolate bunny. It is completely hollow underneath.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what?
Interesting. Okay.
Can I follow Valentine? See what he's
Uh,
doing?
Valentine's outside at the moment.
Because the last episode, I think I was like,
Oh, that's right. You were saying bye to
outside.
Fred, so you would have been.
yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
was
you
like,
may.
well, I was like, oh, hey, Fred, and then he.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the body. Does it like crumble, or can it withstand being held?
Was it pressurized?
Is it all just gonna fall apart?
The majority of it does stay together, but any pieces that end up dangling, so like the legs and the arms, break off and shatter on the ground. But they don't shatter like glass. Like there's no big or anything like that. It literally, it's like mud packed together, and it just kind of breaks up
Like clay.
against the ground. Yeah.
Like clay.
I'm gonna walk up
porcelain
behind
doll.
you, and I'm gonna be like, that's Fred.
You know this man. Knew this man. When did you know this man?
The head is also off and has broken on the ground.
Why are you killing Fred?
I didn't. I'm gonna walk like just a couple, just off to the side where there's like trees or more brush or something. I'm just gonna throw it.
Okay. Yeah, you throw it and
Yep.
it's just broken.
And then I'm gonna look back at the mess. How much of a mess is it? Can we tell that there was any bit of a person here?
As soon as the pieces started breaking, it was almost as if whatever was building the person around the outside began to fade. Now it just looks like mud. Like hardened pieces, like furnace blasted mud.
That's fine. I'm just gonna like
What did
use
you
my
do?
foot to
clothes
like
are
sweep it
disappeared
to the
like a
side. I didn't do anything. Don't worry, he didn't really exist, I think.
I think.
Sorry, you
okay?
say you know
Is
him?
he okay?
When did you know him? And why?
Is he okay?
Fred. He told you his name was Fred?
No, he wouldn't tell me his name, so I gave him the name Fred, and he seemed happy with it. He bought me a drink.
He bought you a drink.
Yeah.
In Windhome?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about anything?
I mean,
I'm
stuff.
still sweeping the
I-
bits off the path.
I was
My boot.
just a little tipsy, so I don't remember all of it. But I don't know. I said he had nice eyes, and he asked about glass.
What did he ask about glass?
What did he ask about glass? I forget.
He was just inquiring about your Dragonborn companion. That's it.
He asked if I was with him, and yeah, he just like confirmed. He just wanted to know if I was with glass, and that's
Specifically about glass.
yes.
And he didn't ask anything else of you. And he didn't offer you anything other than a drink.
No, just a drink. And then
Okay.
he took the drink away and gave me water because I was a little tipsy. He was really nice. Why'd you kill him?
I did not kill. No, this is not
This is so good.
actually my fault. So there you go.
So he just
He just never existed in the first place, I think.
Sweeps mud.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about this.
why not?
He's, cause one, he didn't exist, and if he did, wasn't, he's not the kind of person you want to be friends with. So
He was really nice.
I'm sure he was. I'm just saying you don't want to be his friend. I know you wanted to bring in a fear.
Avir, I mean, you hear this outside. It's early morning, but not super, super early, and you're just inside. Like, it's not a long path to get to where these two are.
I might just
Like,
be
you'll
like
just hear, like,
leaned up
that
in the
it's kind of a
doorway,
conversation.
just kind of
Yeah, so
watching this go on. Like I see the body break up. I see.
When I notice a veer,
see Valentine.
I'm going to stop.
Yeah, I
and
see
I'm
her
just
walking
going to
up and,
walk
like-
back down the path towards veer as if nothing's happened.
okay.
I'm gonna
course.
stay behind and just be like,
Are we going to have
should I put them back
breakfast?
together? Or, like, what?
What did you
I didn't
do?
do
That
anything.
man.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything at all, actually. Also, there is no man.
Why
Go
were
have
you
a look.
so eager to clean up carcass, body, dust, whatever it was?
What, you don't clean up after other people? Are you too good for that?
Who are you cleaning up?
Normally
after?
I am. Apparently her. Point back to Lenora.
Oh, Lenora knew him.
He was a guy at the bar. He was
Lenora
nice.
makes some weird friends
Oh, you were like,
that are made out of clay.
He was made out of clay.
Something like that.
was it like a
I feel-
golem?
I feel like you know something.
Can I roll
Clearly
insight?
not enough.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah,
on
go for it.
Valentine?
Yeah, go ahead. You can try.
It's like a 12.
And you can roll me history.
Or deception. Or
Well, I
or
should roll
persuasion.
history first.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look if you roll perception or deception. That would
14.
be unfair for me.
On a 14, Valentine has only ever heard of things like this, but has Valentine ever kind of seen them in action or ever done anything like this?
All right. That's fair.
There's something akin to golems.
Okay.
But-
So, like, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Something like that then.
On a 14, actually, you would have also heard about something like this also from Velric.
That makes sense. Something like a golem. Yeah. Yeah, a golem is a great. Yes.
What's
Yep.
it
So,
called?
who was controlling the golem?
Apparently, her friend Fred, who she met at the bar last night before it exploded. I look over to Lenora.
He got me a drink. He was really nice.
You look down the path, and Pibbs is playing with one of the pieces, still like together, and he's just like, and then it breaks. It's like,
So, you met a man at the bar,
In Windhome, yeah.
and he possibly a golem of
Oh,
some
most,
sort.
Most definitely.
He had really nice eyes.
And the people, the tieflings with the falcon helmets, they were watching us through somebody. Do you think that maybe this guy was involved?
That they were watching us through the golem?
I mean, they had eyes on the bar
Oh.
for sure.
I think that question is a question for Lenora then.
No, Fred was really nice.
This is so great.
Did Fred ask you about anything in particular?
He asked me about glass and if I was with glass, and then he was like, "Are you with glass?" And I was like, "I don't know what that means."
It's kind of interesting because the only description of the party that the boomer was actually targeted towards was the people with the dragonborn. The tall dragonborn that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Isn't it great that he isn't here
So-
right now?
For Fred to ask specifically about him actually
Aligns with your theories. Yes,
quite aligns with the fact that he's probably working with these tieflings.
could be.
Oh, Fred.
Well, Fred didn't actually exist though. Golems aren't
I think Fred
Real.
was a magical construct.
that someone was talking to you through. And you
So
probably
I-
shouldn't trust.
Did make a friend. just
Okay,
not
but maybe we
Fred.
shouldn't make random friends at the bar
You guys
just
were
because they have
random.
pretty eyes.
You guys were all random.
Pibbs runs over to your feet and drops something, and you look down and it's Fred's ear.
Oh,
Then he runs away again.
memorabilia.
You know,
You should probably step on that.
Seekers will be returning to this
I'm
along
gonna
with
like kick it.
possibly refugees. But
Thus, why I was
we
getting rid of
probably
it.
don't want to stay here anyway.
No,
We're
we're headed to the coast.
We're not waiting
the
for
coast?
glass and
Yes, we
radar?
need a ship
to go.
to go to Helm Reach
Why?
because that's where we're going next. Is Helm Reach.
We're
but-
not waiting for glass and Rhaegar?
I think Rhaegor chose to leave us behind.
You saw him throughout the commotion?
He was following us up until we decided to come to the Seeker's Lodge, and he didn't return to and was not around this Seeker's Lodge last night. At least to the best of my knowledge, and I slept outside, so.
I mean, no offense to both of you, but Glass has the most information on what I'm here for. And so
Does Glass know to meet us here?
last I saw of him, we were fleeing the city.
This is the closest thing to the city.
Yeah, it would make sense that the Seekers would maybe send survivors here, but he also might still be back with the rest. I mean, if the army controlled the city again, he might still be back at the city.
He could be, or he could have been captured.
Either way, we should probably go check.
Return to Windhome.
I don't.
Hmm.
We should probably wait here. 'Cause there's a lot going on at Windhome, and I think that if he's gonna come this way, it's gonna be. And they wouldn't just leave without saying goodbye, right? Like they.
I mean, they have no reason not to. I
That's
mean,
rude.
I don't know. You meet people in life and you go separate directions. It happens a lot, actually. I mean,
You're right, it is very rude. If I was going to leave any of you behind, I would tell you first.
I believe that. Thank you.
it's the
You're
Valen
welcome.
off goodbye, you know?
Failing off, goodbye.
So where do you guys head?
I think we wait, what? Maybe we give Glass half the day or something, stay here, or only one day and then we continue towards the coast. Hopefully we get someone coming through who works for the messengers. Because if people are fleeing the city,
How-
maybe one of
Yeah.
them will go with them and then we would have the ability to contact them.
How much further back is Windham?
Almost a day and a half. Like it is a significant walk.
Did Glass mention that he had any intentions of leaving? Or
I assumed he was leaving with us when we fled, or they were, but I don't know. If they were a particular target, maybe they caught Glass and got what they wanted.
so we should wait and then maybe go check it out, or maybe I could go back and check it out.
If you guys want to stay here and rest up, I
Do
can
we know
always
why they would have wanted glass?
head back
It was
slightly
just-
and see if maybe he's along the road somewhere.
He made it seem like he was the easiest thing to spot.
Hmm.
I
You
think he was
don't
a very recognizable figure amongst your group. I don't know if he was exactly the target. I know that they were targeting.
You
an
say
individual.
our group, but not our group. You're not including yourself. Why? We were all working together up until this point. Is this because we left you
mean,
behind with the children? Because
I
that
haven't
was something
really
that you.
been working with you guys. You guys just happened to be going.
You
where I
were
needed to go.
hired to get on the same boat as us.
Yeah, that was more of a means to an end.
So you don't consider yourself part of our little adventuring party?
I mean, we've adventured together. I don't know if I'd call it a party.
So
Are we a thing?
I don't
It's
know. This
complicated.
is more. I've worked
So-
quite individually in the past.
you
so
mentioned that your goals align with, but your goals were the children, and the children are fine now. So like, what's your goal now?
to find the people who were doing that to the children. So I think
Okay.
it's a much larger organization.
Do you have an idea of who that is?
Yes.
Ooh.
You would not hesitate this long, but I
Yeah, you want to get the right info.
I mean, you mentioned they didn't like the schools.
Yeah, it is one of the universities. I'm just trying to. It's
Wasn't it his
the,
university?
Which,
Verillion.
I was about to say the antiquarians. It's the Brilliants. Yeah.
so
Yo, people.
Lorehold, right?
The Verillion University, I believe,
But
is
Lorehold
heavily
was
involved.
back
Then
there.
why did you come this way?
Yeah, we're going the opposite way of Lorehold.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I dropped the children off, and then I came back because Glass had more information on what was going on. He seemed to have notes from
So you
Tommen.
need glass, and that's why you want to go back and find him.
I need Tommen's notes, and Glass seems to have them.
Then, yes, we wait here. Perhaps there's a route we can take. I believe you know here better than we do. Perhaps there's a route we can take that doubles back slightly before we continue to the coast.
Lorehold isn't necessarily where we need to go. There's seems to be points of
I know exactly where I need to go, where we need to
connections
go.
between the Veil and this plane of existence that they seem to be exploiting every once in a while.
Mhm.
And I believe we found one of those points in the past town that we were with. Which is that Valenov? Which town were we with?
Vaillanov.
Valenov. In Valenov.
Mhm.
I believe was one such point, and I think that it might have been why the Veilfall actually occurred. And I think that's exactly why those children were being rounded up at that point. And I think there are other points in which this is going to occur as well, and I think Glass has information on where they might be conducting these.
See, I know where Glass wants to go as well,
Where
which
does he
is
want to go?
a similar destination to us. Because he's been trying to interpret
So-
this music from
So-
that
What if
music
we do
box.
both? What if someone goes back to find glass, and that way, and then people can wait here?
So a
and-
further separation.
I'm happy to go back and try to look for him on the road. I won't maybe spend more than a day, though.
I just don't want anybody to be
History roll?
alone.
History roll?
That's fine.
Like a 10.
It's decent. No, it's a 16 on the dice. So.
Right before we jumped off the tower,
Mm.
Glass did say, Highland Seeker's Lodge? And then we did
Oh,
our
and then-
escape.
There was
Dump.
that information that was given.
Perfect.
To
The reason we've actually met at the lodge is because I believe Glass is going to be on the way. My worry is that he's been waylaid on the road, so I don't think I need to double back all the way to Windhome, but
Mhm.
I would be happy to go scout, make sure that
Alright.
he's found the path okay, and that he's not maybe caught up with looters on the road. I mean, usually when these kind of things happen, when cities fall, looting is quite rampant, and if they're focused on
People
the
are
city, the countryside might be kind of going to hell a little bit.
Sounds like a plan.
No offense.
So I'll stay with.
Why would I
glass
take
then,
offense?
And you go.
And yeah, that could work well.
Okay. Since it's just gonna be you, and don't leave me.
I'm not going to leave you.
Okay.
I'm afraid you might pick up another Fred.
Pibbs paws at your leg as you say that, and then he gives you like the cat eyes. It's like, I'm not gonna leave you.
I'm gonna scoop him up. And
As soon as you scoop him up, he does that cat thing where he's like, okay, I'm done with this.
I am going to write some letters in case we do run into anyone from the Moonbrook Messenger Service. If you run into any of them, can you send them our way?
Messengers usually have kiosks.
Yes, but
Doors.
the town is in shambles, and if people are running and escaping the town, there might be former or current members of the Moonbrook
I'll
Messengers.
keep an eye out, but I'm pretty sure they don't physically deliver mail. I think
They
they're
do, they
magic.
physically
do.
physically deliver.
They do.
Oh, okay.
That's
I'll
why.
keep an eye out on the road then, at least.
That's why Tubbins
Yeah.
was so fucking fast.
Yeah.
All the messengers are
Tibbin?
very fast. Tibbins, yes, sorry.
Tibbin's teacup.
Tibbin
Tibbin
teacup.
Tibbin teacup.
They
All right.
sacked the city, then my
GG.
letter may not have gotten
GG.
sent.
All right.
So-
All right. Well,
I'll write some letters just in case you don't find glass, and also so we can contact
I
Rhaegar.
will see you guys soon then, and I'll start
Okay.
Be
heading down the
safe,
path again.
Come back.
Start heading down the path. Do you two do anything during this time?
Yeah, now you got some time alone.
Oh, you're just writing letters.
He's gonna write some letters.
Okay.
One of them, I don't know if you're trying to see what he's writing or not, or if you care.
I'm
So-
gonna. If Valentine seems like the type of person where if he wants me to know, he's gonna let me know. So I'm gonna give you your privacy.
That's fair. He will offer you some paper and a writing implement and say, do you want to write one to glass?
I mean, you could just say Lenora says hi. And yours.
Nora says hi. So I'm writing 3 letters, 2 in common, 1 in infernal, and there'll be 1 to glass and 1 to Rhaegar.
Okay.
I have the Rhaegar one. Glasses is just gonna say something to the effect of,
Where the fuck are you? Why'd you do this?
we're at the Secret Lodge, we're headed to the coast, we're gonna go to Helm Reach. Lenora says hi. Also, hopefully you haven't been captured. If you have, I hope I don't see you again. And you get to Lorehold.
Excellent.
Dang.
And it is not signed. It is not signed because I don't know if you've been captured.
Understand. I understand. Yeah, no.
From there,
I'm
we're gonna
stuck
hop
with
over.
Lenora. Please help.
Not at all.
She says hi. From there, we're gonna hop over to the gates of Windhome. The city, as Glass kind of awakens in his dirt bed, the city has very much calmed down. It doesn't seem as though whatever had started is continuing. Whether there was a mass fleeing, whether the army's just that good, you're unsure. But it does look like the soldiers and everything that were outside of the walls have begun moving in, and there are actually quite a few streets into the city at this point. Not past the 11th terrace at this point, so they're not up yet, but they've moved into the walls.
My first thought is, as I raise my head, I see this before me, but I turn to the side and I look for Red Choir.
Red Choir, sitting cross-legged, his hands on his lap, looking right at the walls, but eyes closed as
closed.
usual. And as you look at him, he looks at you. He's like, "Good morning.
Red Choir.
Good morning.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you
in the
too."
morning. Again, you don't rest. Huh. Did my voice drop?
I do not know.
Weird. Anyways,
Did you rest okay?
I
You are the only one back here now.
well, except for you.
I will not stay long.
Can I take you to where you need to go?
I am actually with the Ember Guard.
With the Ember.
I'm traveling.
Can I ask you some questions? I was going to ask the Ember Guard.
By all means. But the Ember Guard is right here.
Okay,
You'd like
well
to
we
ask
can ask
him?
them together. You could introduce me, possibly.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't I warm up your shoes? And I prestidigitate. I just rub them a little bit, and they nice and warm.
You go to warm up his shoes, and he's barefoot.
Oh, do his feet look travel worn, like a hobbit?
Yeah.
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 I see
You can rub
you
his
as
toes.
well. Like to have the earth under your feet.
I was robbed.
Well, I'll tell you this. I am feeling like today is the day to get some weaving done. So why don't I make you some sandals?
Oh,
And I
no.
can repair my poncho.
It is okay. I have come to enjoy the weather of the spring, and I am okay with this.
I think I heard it from some biblical source. You'll have to forgive me, but I would like to pull water from the air, and I would like to wash his feet.
You can't be Jesus.
He's Jesus.
He's Jesus?
No.
He's gonna stop you. He's gonna be like, no, please. There are many more people deserving of such a.
You accompanied me overnight, and I haven't gotten that sound of a sleep in quite a while.
That is very good. I'm very happy.
You deserve some care.
I am okay. Please, there are refugees and people much more worthy of the moment.
Oh, he takes a big stretch. Oh, I was thinking about making blankets for everyone today.
Oh, by all means.
I think that would be
You
a
have.
semi-good use of time.
What brought you to town?
What brought me to town?
Mhm.
The song that you sang last night. Lullaby.
I sing many jingles.
Well, it might be a riddle, and I think we're in it.
What do
I've
you-
heard it.
What do you mean?
I've heard it from an artifact that was locked away.
What artifact?
I can't tell you that exactly, but I mean, the song itself hints to the rest of it.
He looks at you and he opens his eyes, pure white across, and you can see hints of a pupil that used to be fully black, just a little glazed over. And he looks at you and says, "What artifact?"
Are you okay? You
You've heard the song. Just tell me what it looked like.
to be blunt, it was invisible until I could see it. Does that help?
Glass is definitely a wise one.
What did it look like? It was invisible until I could see it.
But what was it when you could see it?
There were two artifacts.
Okay.
One had the music,
That paints
one was invisible.
Okay.
And once I saw it, it was almost pitch black.
Glass, do not mean any harm. What you have may belong to my people, and it may be what I've been looking for my whole life.
No.
Please tell me what it is.
Would you like to accompany me on this journey?
My journey may be at an end.
Oh,
Depending-
gosh, I know how to carve a wheel. You can get a
Depending
wheelchair.
on what it is that you have, my journey may finally have ended. If you would tell me what it is.
How long has your journey been?
Rolling persuasion.
The nat 1 plus 3.
He closes his eyes and his head looks down a little bit away from you. Then he kind of addresses the horizon and the burning city. The smoke's still rising, but the fire's put out. A very long time. More than an elf like myself should have.
You'll have to share your secret as to how you became an extraordinary elf then. But,
It is nothing extraordinary. It is being Solvanar.
I think it's time, as I've awoken, I'd like to make a conscious history check on Solvanar.
Okay.
I know we've
History.
connected already that he should be a priest of the church,
Mhm.
of the Horizon
Horizon Temple.
Temple. Thank you. It's time for some fact checking.
Go for it. Roll me history.
Ew, that's a 3 flat.
You've never heard of.
But it was a significant
Solvanar
event of
before.
my life.
You very true, but when you were there, it was empty. And
Yep.
everyone was dead.
Yeah, everyone was dead and their heads were all decapitated from them in their bodies, and every single one of them had the look of giving up, of
Yeah.
emptiness. Yeah. I never found out if they were called Somnathir.
Solvanar.
Solvanar. I'm sorry, those two words.
To put one thing on a 3 you would get, of all of the people you remember being in the Horizon Temple, none of them wore robes like his.
That's what's been triggering in my mind. Yeah, none of them wore robes like his. Well, maybe they changed after they all died. I don't. Fuck. That's a 3. I think it was part of a blade.
What do you mean part of a blade?
A black blade. Those were the 2 things that I found.
A black blade and
And its container, the musical, with that song.
what did it look like? Not the blade. I don't care about the box.
It's beautifully crafted. It was seamless until it opened,
As they always are.
and the sound and the sound produced seemed to carry for miles, kilometers even.
And you heard it. You are not Solvanar. How did you heard it?
I heard it. The children did not hear it. Children selflessly rescued. Yes.
Right. You know where it is now.
I do.
My quest is to recover it.
For whom? Your people. Someone else said a similar thing.
There should be a codex with it that explains its importance. And as long as I can bring it back, then the truth within will stay long forgotten.
Oh, really? Please don't take this disrespectfully, because I believe that sounds like it should be forgotten. I like to know things.
I would not put that past you. Knowing things is a great venture.
It's interesting. No, it's kind of special for me. Knowing something here
Mhm.
is, at least 90% of the time, it is what forms roots into what I dream about.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's the other way around. And I've noticed something very special. I can only take notes and ask questions here. When I dream, everything just happens as it should. You go with it. You know, there's almost no direction in a dream.
Do you not understand yourself? There are many people who come to the Horizon Temple seeking guidance, but many more often than not, because we do not, let us say, pray to a god per se in the same way other religions do. Some come, see what we really do, and then walk away, but some who truly wish to understand tend to stay. You
I
should
pray.
visit. You should visit the temple.
I've been. This would be the second time. I would like to pray again. But when I prayed, it felt like a conversation.
Did you enter the dome? Did you enter?
I did. I approached the relic. Not a relic, the symbol. The eclipse with the ring around it.
You were in the public area. Understood.
I didn't think it was
You were
polite.
not guided through choir. Is the point. The Solvanar are a people who are chosen at certain points in their lives. We sleep and we dream a song we've never heard before. Words we can barely understand, but we know it.
But isn't that the
when-
nature of a dream?
But when the Solvanar dream it, it is not unknowable. Because when I started my journey, so many years ago, a Solvanar dreams one night. And then you know it is a truth to be recorded when other Solvanar have the same dream over the next several nights. My choir mates are the people who joined me in creating the Vorkal, the box.
The Vork. It's called a Vork.
Vorkal, Vorruk.
I'm so sorry.
You're gonna have to repeat that for him.
I'm typing it as we speak.
B-R-U-U?
Vorruk.
Oh.
I put it in Discord in case you were worried.
The Vorkal. I mean, beautiful naming convention. Calling yourselves a choir, all having the same dream. Whoa, chef's kiss.
When you become Solvanar, many lose language because
You can share the dream.
not precisely when you become Solvanar, you speak in chord, in song. My given name was not Red Choir. That is my Solvanar name. And I can't remember my real name. That is how Solvanar works.
Wow.
And as the recordant of the song for the Vorkal I'm looking for, it is my duty to make sure it makes its way back to the temple.
The recordant.
I was the one who recorded on the codex while my choir mate sang the song.
Red Choir, you did a masterful job.
You are not supposed to have heard it.
Whoops.
If you have, terrible, terrible things are to come.
Really? Wait, no, that's not a good thing.
You know where it is.
I do.
I so want my journey to come to an end.
If I give it to you, would you go back to the church? The temple, I'm sorry.
That
Horizon
would
Temple,
be-
Horizon Temple.
That would be my mission, yes?
Directly?
Assuming all is alright. You've already listened to it, though, so
Do you have a magical means of transportation?
no.
You have those good old feet?
A few coin at my side.
I'm not forgetting of the coin thing. I'm thinking because, what if I accompanied you to the church, to the temple?
You are welcome anytime.
I don't want to impose, but then I would be able to satiate a little more curiosity on this. What do I call it?
Glass. He's gonna touch your shoulder and he's gonna give you guidance. May I take a look?
If we do it here,
Wherever you would like.
we would have to do it a few miles out because I worry for all of the civilization that might experience it.
If you have already opened it, the song will not play again.
That's heartbreaking.
The Vorkal only ever sing their song twice. Once during its creation, and the second for the people it is supposed to be opened.
What else do you know about the other Vorkals? Because I know who it opened for.
There are not many. The Vorkal,
This one was red?
in total, perhaps 23, 24.
23 to 24. And you worked in pairs? Or you did all of the...
No, it depends on the Vorkal. Some choirs can be minimum of 3, but they can be as large as 20 to 30 Solvanar involved in its creation.
Wow. Who guides you through becoming a Solemnar? Did I say it wrong again?
The Solvanar.
Solvanar. Oh my goodness.
It is all right.
I'm so sorry, Red Choir.
The Solvanar are... What we do is record truths that we believe are given to us by a being beyond godhood.
Yes.
What is recorded inside of the boxes, the Vorkal, is not prophecy, is not anything other than a pure truth of the world.
Okay. Okay. One last question, I guess. Red choir, is that because this Vorkul is red? Is it?
No, I was given my name the moment that that my choir was created.
How long have choirs been being made?
Several thousand years, I imagine.
1,000 years? I'm only 550. You mean I have to experience thousands more years? That's exciting. I'm gonna need more paper.
May I please?
Yes. Why don't we head out a couple miles? I'm sorry.
Lead the way.
I'll
As you go, you can see his skin getting like more pale, but more gray. As he's walking, his
You-
breath kind of getting a little bit like.
Oh no, you are out of time in a way that I did not. I'm sorry, Red.
No, this is a beautiful thing. You are the end of my journey. It seems I am not taking it back with me, but I wish for you to make your way to the temple anyway, if you could. And he will take it, and his eyes will open, and you'll see them watery and red, and a tear go down his cheek, and he'll say, and he'll grab right underneath, and he'll press a button and a small latch with a small scroll inside of like a metal thing where it's wound up on, and he'll take it out.
I'm ready to defire it as the last piece.
This is not the same thing
Yes,
that you took.
I
This
understand.
is-
I'm just
Ready?
careful.
Gotcha.
This is the music box?
This is the music box, which
thought
is
it was
called
like-
a.
It's a bottom compartment.
No,
to
that
this
was the
box.
chest.
the chest
the box
around
was
it.
in. The chest.
There was a box within a box
In a box.
holding a shard
In a stump.
in a stump.
This is,
In
In
a
a
wrap.
box.
I have the last piece.
this is not my codex.
What?
This is. You see the tears begin to run red as he. No, this isn't. And he begins to.
Oh
he
my
al-
God.
He almost drops it as he
No.
begins like feeling the pain inside of him, and he drops the scroll as well. As- what have you done to the boy?
I haven't done anything.
His eyes are bleeding and streaming as if somebody had cut open a wound.
What
It's
did you
not
do?
just tears, is flooding down his
Oh,
face.
no! No! Oh, God, this is a
He-
horrible way to end.
He wipes away the blood on his hand to keep the blood away from the scroll, and he hands it to you, and he says, "Make sure this gets back to my choir." And he falls dead on the ground.
What?
The scroll in your hand.
Seems like it's from hell.
This is not a
Not
time to be
necessarily.
racist. The man died.
I think Glass killed him.
If you would like to read it, I just sent it to you in Discord.
I won't read. Anyway.
Let me read this. Oh.
No.
Do I read it out loud?
Go ahead.
Only if you want to.
I am for freedom of information. Also, you're doing a great job not metaing.
Yes. Yeah.
Codex Resonantis, entry 1032. Durath an alai, quote, the one who waits to sing. Translated harmonics. We dreamed a song. We dreamed a song, not our own. We sang before waking. We built with hands, not guided by the horizon. And still we sang. Entry 1032. The Vorukul that waits.
This is not song.
Oh,
You thought it was
This
singing.
part isn't. Okay, if you want.
this part isn't. The codex is not sung.
Yeah.
The form that came to us in the absence of form, the notes beneath breath, the rhythm beneath rest. We sang what was not heard, and our fingers shaped what had not yet existed. A voracol unlike any before. Built from dreamwood, not of this world. Dreamwood is one word. Dreamwood, not of this world, etched with 9 unplayable chords. We call it Durath An Alai, the one who waits to sing. It would not open, it would not hum, it would not weep, it would only exist. And so we did what we never do. We buried it. We sang no record. We erased the name from the temple choir. Still, the shape sang beneath our bones. Entry 1033. So it's the next one. The Tide Walker. A figure stood at the sea for 3 days. No song followed him. No echo preceded him. The water reversed. The cliff grew quiet. And when he entered the temple, the air fled before him. He spoke not. He did not ask. He simply reached out, and Durath An Alai was gone. I watched it leave. He did not carry it. He was its destination. We should not remember his face, but I do. 7 eyes, shadow like velvet, and a smile that never ended. Forgive me. Entry 1037. So we've gone from 33 to 37. 1037. The return of the Vorukal. 5 cycles later. Oh, there you go, 5. The Vorukal returned, sealed, changed, sated. Within it now, a hunger brand. Not of music, not of meaning, a waiting. We placed it in a chest forged of ash bone and rune iron. Now it's gone. We do not touch it. We do not open it. But it sings. Low, soft. Only when no one listens. We can no longer speak its name. We only call it the dirge seed.
As you finish reading what scared the Solvanar who
Bled to death.
bled to death in front of you, I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving.
With guidance? No, that's ability checks.
Ooh.
17 minus 1. Nope. I have this. I have this.
You have a character sheet.
Plus 1.
Plus
18.
Can I get wisdom saving throw? Wisdom saving.
I
What the
fucking told you.
Fuck you.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, that's a 100 on the die.
Whoa, you rolled a D-hundo!
Mine's an 11 because I'm an honest man.
11.
Because you're an honest
That's the
man.
first dice.
An 18.
An 18 total?
Hot.
That dice on the first session.
Hot.
so-
Hell yeah.
That one did
Yeah,
deserve dice
it does,
jail.
It does roll really well.
Yeah, it's not a bad.
There is
Fuck me up, fam.
moment where, just for my brain, it's still in the chest plate.
Between those pecs.
Between
It's
our
held
pecs.
aloft between the pecs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Beautiful, perfectly placed pecs.
Are they fuzzy?
It's not against my
Are they
skin.
fuzzy?
Does he have body hair, or is he like?
I don't.
poofy?
You haven't seen.
It must be manicured.
Does he
Probably
manscape?
fully bald. I don't think he has a single hair on him.
The chest perm.
Landscapes. He's not a swimmer.
All of you, all 3 of you,
Nice.
hear a low rumble. Only one of you had heard before. The starting of the voice that keeps whispering to you. But There's no voice that accompanies it this time. Just a low rumble, guttural, instinctual, like a beast breathing in your ear.
I hear.
You do.
You're a part of the trio now.
Did you hear something?
What?
Did you... like an animal outside?
No.
Oh.
After a moment, the scroll in the box
Do I hear
begin
something?
to burn. The metal, the actual script
Mm-hmm.
is perfectly fine. It's
Okay.
the metal that is the ring inside that it's wrapped around begins to burn. It's not touching. The paper isn't burning alongside it. The box itself, still on the ground, or did you pick it up?
It's in my hand.
It's in your hand, begins to burn incredibly, incredibly hot. And it gets so hot, I'm actually gonna have to give you damage if you don't drop it.
I want to experience what this is.
I would like to sear my hands.
Oh, this is so
It's
weird.
10 points of
I
fire
love
damage.
it.
Fire damage, okay. Because I'm resistant to acid now.
10 points of fire damage as this thing burns
Jesus.
through
That's a fuckload. It's more
what
than half.
would be, if you have jewelry on your hand, it begins to melt
He
into,
definitely does.
into your, like, on top of your hand, like a ring or anything like that.
Oh,
It begins to
shit.
burn into your skin,
Just drop it. Just
like
drop
melt. And you hear, halfling. It talks,
it. A halfling?
and then, like a half dragon.
Oh.
You also hear this, that exact same phrase. But for a moment, it's like when the guttural happened, it was like right next to your ear. But when the sentence happened, it was like it was turned away.
Valentine's gonna try and respond to it.
Go for it.
He's just going to say, sorry, which halfling?
You're witnessing.
I didn't say anything.
I'm not talking to you.
Roll me a luck check. Straight D20. Do you say it out loud?
Yeah, I do say it out loud. 2. I think I'm getting her.
The voice that was right next to your ear now seems as though it's like its back is to you somehow as it addresses what you just said. It just says, broken and
Could you-
lost, as it turns and you hear it next to your ear as it addresses lost.
I guess this is happening mid-conversation with Cypher.
This would have happened actually while you were on the road.
Oh, okay.
Before
okay.
you got to Route
Okay.
8. The sword piece begins to glow hot. It begins to get so hot that things around it will begin to melt. If you
I'm
move
gonna
things-
pull it out,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna hold it in front of me.
Okay.
I have gauntlets.
It's 2 points of fire damage as the points where you're holding it with your gauntlets melt into your fingers.
I'm gonna have to fix these.
And the
No,
amulet
no,
on your chest.
no.
Not
Mine's
only begins to
removable.
burn, because this has happened to you before, we're actually into a different phase. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw.
Hole?
Shouldn't have left the group.
Oh wait, I think he has proficiency. Yeah.
He's a fighter.
22 total.
Darn right he's a fighter.
On a 22 total.
Wow.
Unfortunately, not enough.
Holy shit! Oh my, you're fucked.
Beneath your armor, the burning so hot that you have to take yourself off of the beaten path for a moment to catch your breath. Whether or not do you attempt to like take it out so that it's not on your skin?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
You grab at the chain and it rips off the pendant, the chain now free. It has embedded itself into your chest. Purple veins begin swirling around it and into your chest cavity. And that's where we're going to end. Not end, but we're going to go to break. All right.
Ow!
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I would like to say something.
Yeah?
I will say. So you're the one. So you're the one who dreamed this song. I want
Roll me a
to.
luck check.
I just want to hold my action so I don't die if I go down to one hit.
What do you-
That's a nat 1. Oh fuck
So,
me.
you're the one?
On a natural 1, unfortunately, it's
dead.
these two are going to suffer.
Oh, thank God.
Another Constitution
Call
save
an ambulance!
as you move to.
But not
one
for
knee.
me!
As you go down to one knee, make me another Constitution save.
Oh,
Make me a
piss.
Wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
There's it.
Very nice. We'll get to your Nat 20 in a second.
10.
Dude, that
10.
pain
It's
feels
a 6
good.
on the dice.
Good modifier, though.
On a 10, in a moment where the day overcast this morning, it's nice, it's breezy, it's a nice spring day. It is a little cold, just the biting of the wind. It's not
I'm inside.
come into. I thought you guys were outside.
No,
Oh, you were
inside writing
right.
letters.
Inside.
It's still nice. It's a spring day.
The window's open.
It's not like there's. Yeah. And you're not standing by a lit hearth or anything, but you hear the breathing again behind you, and you feel the breath on your back. Something as if it was next to you in that moment. Do you make any reaction in real life?
Did you wish to speak to me?
Do I hear Valentine? No, didn't think so.
No, Leonora's only hearing Valentine though and is quite confused.
Make me a luck check.
It's not gonna be good. It's another 2!
Nat 22.
On a 2,
Rough.
you hear it rock again, the low guttural, as the floor around you begins to shake as well. Lenora, you don't see or feel any of this. And you're going to take 4 points of psychic damage
Great.
Dang.
as
Okay.
the heat begins to like blast you in the face. It's humid, it's breath from something, and the size of it must be. You blink for a moment and imagining what could be giving this kind of breath onto your face, your entire body. The teeth must be the size of this floor, top to bottom.
Dragon! Sorry.
But you don't see anything.
It's a giant gory fish.
It doesn't respond or anything.
Alright then. That way.
And as the presence is getting more and more involved, it seems like it's very attached, or wants to be, to the hunger brand.
Yeah, no.
But,
I'm going to move it away.
okay, as you move it away, in a moment that seems so unlikely to happen, it just stops. You two do not hear what happens next, but everything else goes away. Rhaegor. In your head, you hear a voice, deep, commanding, and in the strain of the thing burning into your chest, you feel it pop free. It's more like an amulet that didn't, on a nat 20, didn't actually get to attach itself to you.
Oh.
And as you hold it, feel a hand on your shoulder, large, thick fingers as it grabs like the majority of your shoulder.
Big hand.
Huge. And as you look at it, it's like obsidian black fingers that almost look like stone, and in the cracks that are like wrinkles for any other normal human is like liquid gold, like tattoos.
Long claws?
No long claws. Fingers.
Is that it?
Do you do anything? You just let it. It definitely doesn't do that.
It starts to get really handsy.
I'm saying, who are you?
I am the first. You are the bearer. Come find us.
Who's us?
The makers of that thing that attempts to steal you from this plane. Find us, and we can help.
Where can I find you?
Look toward the tallest of the sundials, and his hand retreats from your shoulder, and the presence leaves. The pain subsides, but you do have like a brand in your chest. It will go away, but it is hurting.
Jeez.
You will have taken damage, but we've already gone over it, so.
Can I put this thing back on the chain, or did it just...
Yeah, no, you can. The chains that were attached to it had melted off, so you'd have to remove those portions and then reattach like a shorter version of the chain.
For now, I'll just put it in my bag.
Okay. And you walk away with it.
Well, you're free of it now.
Yeah.
We go back to Glass,
I wonder if it's like the pommel of the Hunger Room or something.
standing with Red Choir at your feet. The blood not stopping, his skin now moving from what had a little bit of rosy into it to completely gray. What do you do?
I am holding the box. Is it still on fire?
No. The burning sensation tends to go away, same with the hunger brand.
I put it down, and I'm cradling his head. Red Choir, I'm sorry. I can't heal you. I don't know how to heal you. Can I make a medicine check to try and see how much time he has left?
Roll medicine.
Ooh, 12 plus 1, 13.
On a 13, you can tell that his body was deteriorating by the moment. He likely would not have lasted the rest of the day. But whatever happened to him when he looked at the codex and he said it wasn't his, ended his life prematurely. He is dead.
And yet he still oozes.
The blood still flows.
That happens for a little bit.
I feel for a heartbeat.
No heartbeat.
I will... Does the rest of his body deteriorate and it's becoming nothing?
It's decomposing.
It's decomposing real fast?
There will be a corpse here no matter what, but
No, I
may
mean
be
like
a
it's
skeleton.
decomposing
Yes,
fast.
quickly, and it's decomposing in terms of like he's just losing the color of life. That's it.
Okay. So it
He's not
seems
like-
like now a normal passage of a corpse.
Yes.
Free rations.
Could be for someone else. I'm going to go to the side of the road, and it may be unorthodox, but I don't have the muscle and the means to carry him. So if he has anything identifiable on him, even just a section of cloth,
No jewelry, no nothing.
can I?
Loot that buddy.
He did have gold.
He did have some gold.
Yeah, so I mean, his gold pouch would be enough, identifiable. Any other valuables? Because
How was it?
I want to bury him with them, and I'm going to use mold earth, and I'm going to scratch through the surface, and I'm going to cause a tear, and it's the exact shape of a coffin. and I'm going to lay him down in it. And I'll say, I made one of these for Atherin, but those who cared for him the most honored him in a way that he would have appreciated. And I wish I could do the same for you. May I do so in the future. Red Choir. And I will bury him, and I will make sure that there's a casket of, I guess just fresh grass that I've moved over because it's spring, and if there's any buds, I
Okay.
will definitely put some there.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my hand is a charred mess.
Hmm.
Ow. And I hands me looking over, and the depth moves on the box. Is the box charred?
No.
Okay. I'm going to look to see if under that part of the box where the codex came out, is there anything else on the inside of the box there? Because he said, what is this? You know, I haven't read this.
It doesn't look like there's even space for anything else. It
That's
looks
what I
like it was
thought.
just big enough for a codex. Looks like it's normal practice.
Okay. Then I would like to open a space on his chest and place it on him and bury him with it.
With the box?
With the box. With the
Vorkal.
Vorkal.
Okay.
Although he did say the Vorkal should go to the temple. Whoops.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
sorry. Close eyes.
Sorry to disturb.
That is such glass fashion. I love it.
Actually, I need this.
To enact your last wishes.
If you'd allow it, actually. No, I'm not going to desecrate the body. I was going to take his eyes.
Jesus Christ.
I said I'm not going to desecrate the body.
But you thought about it.
Who doesn't think about cool things?
Taking someone's eyes is not cool.
They were cool eyes.
Okay, we're not there, so.
I'm going to make my way to the Ember Guard because we should have been a bit away. And if anybody was watching,
No, you took him a ways away.
okay, then yes, I would now take time to interact with the Ember Guard. I would take the box, put it in my satchel. In fact, I would put the box in the shelf that has the hidden compartment, where it just looks invisible. Good enough. And I would go to the Ember Guard. That would be a significant change, and I would look back. His grave would still be there, and I would continue to the Ember Guard.
Okay. Just at the edges of the gates, there are several Ember Guard soldiers who are there. The majority of them are inside, but there are some right there.
Yeah. Excuse me, I know you're all extremely busy.
Yes, do you need aid? And this is like a fire genasi man who's got a spear at his side.
Yes. I don't intend to interrupt operations, but if you can get a message to whoever needs this kind of info. I think a lot of the targeting was on myself.
For this,
Yes. That's why I ended up.
you're going to have to come with us.
Yes.
All right. Follow me inside.
Yes.
He gets the attention of the other guard to come over to like watch his area while he takes
Absolutely.
you inside. He takes you inside the walls of the city,
Rad in
and
it.
just inside it looks like they've created like a refugee area where there's a bunch of people lying down on sheets who are getting treatment by a bunch of the clerics that came through already. And nearby there's a group who's giving orders still going out. There's places of the city that are still burning, but there are no active fires. So no big blazes, no nothing like that, and there's no fighting, it seems like, going on as you look around.
Good.
Give me a perception check.
Happily. That's a 14 plus 3 for a 17.
You look just in on this 11th terrace, and over by where the luggage and everything would go into the two baskets, both of them cut down at this point, or just one of
It
them.
was one of them.
One of them cut down at this point. As you look over, you see the remains of some of the armored tieflings that had attacked. And not all of them were tieflings.
Oh,
They're a ways away. You get closer?
not yet.
Okay.
That's fine.
So there's a group, and he takes you over to the group who's kind of handing out orders, and you see one of them who has the
crown?
The crown, the
Yes.
halo.
That was a sword, and now it's a crown again.
And she's giving directions, and she looks over. Yes. What can I do for you?
Hello.
Quickly.
Yes.
What do you want?
I believe I was being targeted by a substantial part of the force that was invaded.
You're being targeted by these things for what reason?
An artifact.
Okay. Where's the artifact?
It's in my possession.
Okay, I'm going to need it.
If you touch it, you may bleed from your eyes and die.
Then I'll be careful.
Can we do this together?
I would assume so, because I would need you to reach into your pack and give it to me.
No, I'm saying...
From my perspective,
Yes.
I am dealing with an atrocity on my home city.
I completely understand.
You are saying that you have an artifact that would draw them here. Again, it would be best in the hands of the military.
While... See, I agree with you.
Then what is the problem?
The problem is that if the military... If you... I want to aid you.
Yes?
If I give it to you,
Mhm.
the likelihood is it's not going to the place it needs to go. Would you like an explanation?
Where is the place it needs to go? I'm dealing with so many
Yes.
things at the moment.
Across the world, the Horizon Temple. Have you heard of it?
No.
No. Okay. It's near the Willow's Peak.
So you wish to... Okay, I know where Willow's Peak
Yes.
is. You wish to go across the entire world
Eventually.
to deliver... Eventually.
If I could be
okay,
teleported, that would be
until
great.
the point that you can get over there,
Yes.
I'll hold on to it for you.
Do you have a safe place for it?
I do. I have a whole fort.
That's actually pretty good.
Storgrimir Hold has never been fully sieged before.
Okay. I'm about to hand it over, but I have to ask: is there someone
Hand it over
after?
while I am being nice.
Yeah. No, I understand. I am getting it from my bag.
Mhm.
Just be prepared. It might burst into flames.
I am quite all right with fire.
That sounds great. Nothing?
Nothing. A box.
It's a
She opens it.
it's a Vorakul.
I have no idea what that is.
That's fine. I'm from Lorehold. I literally
Lovely. If you
artifacts
said
are a thing.
if you want to teleport, why not just use their portal area? If you're from Lorehold.
There's a portal area here?
What? No, but if you're from Lorehold, then just go use their portals. They got lots of them.
Oh yeah, that's if I make it back to Lorehold.
Do you think they're after you?
Yes.
These people, you just told me that they were after this.
Yes, but they've associated me with that artifact.
All right.
Very clear.
So I just have to make it very public. She holds it up. That I have it now.
You do seem capable at defending yourself. Is there a time when you're not busy literally dealing with civilians, which I am trying to help with as well in my own way, but it's not that great? I'd like to see you afterwards in order to discuss that.
Rolling persuasion at disadvantage.
I expected as much. 11 plus 3 and a 16 plus 3. I'll take the 14.
On a 14, she looks at you and she says, "Do you not understand what just happened here?
A tragedy.
A tragedy with thousands of people injured that I am now in charge of.
Yes.
Their recovery and also in charge of making sure that this city is protected for the next several weeks.
Yes.
In case you wish to make an appointment within the next several weeks, I will not have time for you. Thank you for this, and I hope that a tragedy like this follows me instead of you. Is that all?"
It's not all.
She hands the Voracall off to one of her assistants who covers it up.
You truly do seem like, at this point, one of the few people who has an active hand in worldwide events. No? Yes? This is a major city.
Not necessarily worldwide, but
Is it-
continental.
Continental. That's huge.
Okay.
I don't know about any war efforts. I've literally been under a rock pretty much for the past 25 years. So don't be shocked when I say I don't know about wars going on right now.
Mhm.
I think we need to start getting everyone prepared for a possible worldwide war. Not be-
Worldwide war.
Yes. Do you know about Veilfalls?
Everyone knows something about Veilfalls. What about them?
It's possible that they're bringing in forces. Or our world is now at a magical impasse and is being invaded by people that have different means than the gods that are followed here.
Roll persuasion.
Not a bad call.
7 plus 3, 10. It's very high level info that you can't work with right now, I understand.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Mm.
I hope that perhaps your friends at Lorehold can help you.
I hope they can help us all. They may also be the cause.
I hope so. The only wars I know of are on 2 different continents.
Please tell
None
me what they
currently
are.
going on.
None currently going on? Okay, don't worry
No,
about
none currently going on Virla.
it. Oh,
The other wars, Garanthor and Venkathra are constantly at war, so that's still going.
Garanthor and Venkathra, yes.
And Samkari was recently invaded,
Samkari. Is that north or south?
south in Verinia.
Oh. Near Aurum?
Orem is the invading force, yes.
Aurum is invading?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have many civilians to take care of.
I'm going to go make blankets.
We don't actually need your help.
Oh,
If you, as you say, more of these people are after you as well as the box, I will make it as clear as day that it is now within my possession. But I don't need you around people who are already hurt.
logic is sound.
Good day. And she turns to
No, I am glass.
My name is Kalira. It's nice to meet you. And she turns to walk away.
Kalira the Smith?
As you say that, she stops in her footsteps and she turns and says, Solvra was my sister.
I'm sorry.
She was the smith. Please excuse me. And she walks away.
Oh, she did.
I'm just going to make sure an insight that was she's dead and not she's simply career change. Yeah, that's a 15 plus 3.
She's now an
She
answer.
died. Which is likely the reason she's being so curt with you.
Hey, I'm doing my best to be respectful of her space, clearly. I would look for a cleric in order to help with my hand if they're helping.
They seem to be
Civilians.
pretty busy. Do you want to stop them with what they're doing?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to take her at her word. I've told the most powerful person here. I think it's time to go to the Seeker's Lodge.
Okay. You set out. On the main path, what else do you do? Do you just head out, or is there anything you want to pack up while you're still on the edge of town, or?
Oh, I mean, I travel light, so if there's... I don't need rations. I can subsist for a while. I think there's just like this a perspective shot of just what was left behind after a box that can talk and sing. And I've seen quite a few things. Being in a siege, very different. Very different. And there's a lot that I'm thinking about in regards to the Solvenar. Solvenar. I keep on saying Somnath here. In the Solvenar. And as I pack up, I'm going to start walking, and just as I do, I see someone coming down from the road, and I'm walking towards them, and they seem to be in a a bit of a hustle. But I see their face and I say, look.
You see two beady eyes look up at you. Round, but like one of them's a little off kilter a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a dwarf who often, as you know, often got mistaken for a gnome because he's short. He's on the short side for a dwarf, and he's rather lithe. He's not as stocky as his dwarven brethren, but as you know, he's a dwarf. And he will tell you over and over again. And he looks up at you like missing teeth. He's got a little bit of soot on his face. He's got a traveling sack across his shoulder. Glass?
Rook, you're not going to want to go in that town.
Why not? What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing, but I need a walking companion, and it looks like you have rations.
You got enough rations for me?
For us. Come on, let's walk back. I gotta visit the Seeker's Lodge. It's probably not on the path you took.
The Seeker's Lodge is like a day and a half away.
Well, it's time to catch up.
Well, all right then. Fred, roll persuasion.
It's a cocked 14. Oh god, that's a 3 plus 3 for a 6.
On a 6.
Oh god.
He starts walking with you, and he begins talking. He goes like, so the last time you and me talked, well, I was trying to get with Summer, and you were being a little bit of a dick. So
Yeah, well, guess who saw Summer latest?
You have?
Yeah, and I wept like a bitch.
Wait.
What?
Cried?
Why?
High five for emotional availability.
I kneel.
Yeah.
Strong as a dwarf, lithe as a gnome.
Stop it. I'm a dwarf.
I know you're a dwarf.
Thank you. Don't
Yeah.
say the G word.
I just liked that we always called you, Rook Slow Fall Curtains, because every time that you would, duel someone,
Don't use my full name.
every time, you always said, I never needed to hold an action or a reaction. I never needed to be faster than the other guy because I was a natural at it. You would always cast Slow Fall on people after you shot them.
You know why?
So that that was a dramatic. It was
You know
so
why?
dramatic.
I was a natural. Got you again.
Yeah, you did.
You clean his mouth. He's got one tooth left.
That's
like,
gold.
ah.
Beautiful.
Doing well.
I love you, Glass. All right, let's. This is going to be. I had things to do in that city, but I'll walk with you.
That city has just been sieged and sacked.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. I'll go to this other city.
Yeah.
All right.
Come with me.
All right, and you begin walking with your travel companion. Is there anything you bring up over the next day and a half of travel?
Oh yeah. I'm bringing up over a day and a half of travel. I think I'm going to jump straight to it. It's the temple. I'm bringing up Red Choir, and the fact that I think we've got a. I don't know where the rest of the party is. I hope they're up ahead. But
Oh yeah, they're
otherwise-
probably that way. There's like one path.
Yeah, there's one path, but
Yeah.
the thing that I really need to ask is,
Yeah.
over your time,
Yeah.
what have you experienced that's simply unexplainable by the gods?
Unexplainable.
Something
There
other
was-
than the gods.
There was this
I know there's other
one
spaces.
time.
No, shut up. There was this other time. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to see you lick your lip.
So you did.
Have some water.
I don't want any. All right. You take some water. You know, there was this one time. Have you ever been to the
north?
To the Hollow Woods?
The Hollowwoods, white
Yeah.
trees, blue trees,
The
green
blue trees-ish, I guess.
Blue trees.
I'm not good with the colors, but
Oh, you were when it was red.
no, I met a guy named Sylvanus. Well, Sylvanus, I kept calling him Sylvanus. Anyway,
Of course you did.
he kept being like, no, it's Sylvanus. Anyway, some kind of forest gnome. Regardless, he took me on a guide through the forest because you need one if you're going through there. And I tell you what, don't go there.
So you know
Lots
a forest
of tree
gnome
ants,
because you're
and
a
one
gnome?
did shit to my eye.
Oh, a tree shit
You know
in
how
your
the
eye?
last time you and I talked, I had more teeth?
I do remember that. In fact, I made you a wooden set
Yeah.
for the bottom right molar.
Lost it in the forest.
I'll get it back.
All right. That's good news.
I'll Moonbrook Messenger you your
But
tooth.
yeah, while I was in there, I've never seen tree ants so big. They was huge.
Wow,
Huge.
that's great.
They were so big.
Bigger than me.
So big. Bigger than you. Bigger than they blotted out the sun,
Because
baby.
you're like... And so
All right.
everything looks...
All right. All right. All right.
What? I'm not saying
What
you're
am I?
a dwarf.
A natural.
God.
Shame about those people in that city. They all died.
The ones in the Uncharted North?
No, in the wind home.
Oh, the
Where
Wind
I was
Home.
going.
No, there's a lot of people that are alive.
Oh, why wasn't I allowed to go in then?
Oh, you would get lost.
Too fair.
But also, I needed companion for about... I just needed to unload on my brain
That's
for about a day and a
understandable,
half.
man. I get it. You know, every now and then when I need to unload, I just puke in a corner.
Oh, no, I know. I would clean it up. You know, there was somebody... And I start talking about Lenora puking in a cardboard box.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you know anything about the Uncharted North? There was a summoning of something out of the water,
Yeah.
came and destroyed the city.
Oh, I've heard some rumors.
I love rumors.
You know
Give me a
that I'm
drama.
kind of an information guy. But not really. I'm around.
I've got 14 gold.
I'm a little bit of like a travel slut. I'm around, you know?
I could tell. It's
I've heard rumors. There's some people claiming that Leviathan showed up. But that's not true. Don't listen to that bullshit. He's still asleep and dying somewhere.
dying.
If
Yeah.
he's even alive, honestly, I don't fucking know.
Comatose.
No, there was this whole thing where like at a dock somewhere, some people were like, "Why is there singing everywhere?"
Singing
Yeah,
of a song.
yeah.
Hmm.
This is just third hand rumor.
3 days?
Actually.
Did it take 3 days?
3 days?
Were
I
they
don't
singing
know.
for 3 days?
I don't know. I wasn't there. This is third hand, man.
Wow.
Anyway, I kind of want to go this way.
All right. Well, say hi to Third Hand Sam.
Third hand Sam's actually still alive, but he grew a fourth hand. So we're kind of trying to figure out how to deal with that. Yeah, it's weird.
Easy. 2 high fives.
No, we mean like name-wise.
Oh.
It doesn't really fit three hand Sam anymore, you know? Third hand Sam,
I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
four hand Sam. That's a good idea, Glass.
Quad hand.
That's a good idea.
Oh,
it's really weird
if he's
'cause his
going out with
fourth
someone,
arm-
they can be the quintuple couple.
My God. I'll bring it up with him. But it is a little weird because the arm grew on the wrist. So it's like an extension of one arm, but it is a whole other arm. It's not like he's got four.
So he can use it?
Yeah, unlike the third one, which is just dead.
That's great.
Yeah. It's like a prehensile tail, but in front of him, and an arm.
So really, he just got the benefit of all worlds. He got
Pretty
something
much.
to talk about, and he got a third hand.
He
That
can
works.
grab everything within vicinity, yeah.
3 mugs of ale.
I'm gonna go now.
Love you, Rook.
Oh, I love you too, Glass.
Stay safe on the trail.
You do your thing.
Give me the ration, please.
No,
I'll give you a gold.
no.
Hmm.
I'm not persuaded by gold.
I'll give you a kiss.
Wait, what?
What?
What'd you say?
I said, have you met a man named Gay Lass? He's a captain.
Yeah, we had sex.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God! All right, I'm gonna go. And he turns and he walks down.
Give
He's
him a
like,
little spank.
he stops like 10 feet away and he makes a show of like accidentally dropping a ration. Oh no, the ground has ruined it. And he continues walking.
Oh man, good thing I don't like handouts.
And
I head to the.
Noticing a pattern.
Fantasy.
a day and a half goes by. Your previous adventure friends keep popping up.
Yeah.
People you've met in the past.
I mean, I've been around a while.
Yeah, and Avir,
The what?
your half day's excursion forward, did you walk for half a day to make it back? Or was it like you needed to be back after half?
I wanted to find a point where I can keep an eye on the road, and kind of keep an eye on who's going in and out of that region, if possible,
Okay.
and like camp out there.
Glass, how fast were you moving?
I'm
Quickly or at a
moving-
normal pace?
I don't think I'm being followed, so I would move at double pace. Because I can only I can rest for 4 hours instead of 8.
Which is, you were up very early, so you could. It's just about how fast you were going. So you're half a
I'm not
day.
sure. Like from what you described, it's quite a low-lying rolling hills valley.
Yeah, it's very simple as long as you can get some, like if you climb a tree or something.
I'm not even looking for necessarily a tree. Is there just like a hillock or something that kind of just has like a general view or like of the road? I don't even need
It
like a
kind of-
wide view of the road, just like
because
where
of
it meets the path. Kind
the
of
rolling
thing.
hills, because of the way that the valley works.
Yeah.
The rolling hills are rolling gradually down, back towards the lodge. So you're looking up at the moment, but it is
Oh,
rolling
that's-
hills.
It's
going
even
up.
better because then I can see the path.
The slant, yes. But if you had a little bit of height, you'd be able to see where the hills kind of cover. So you would get a little bit extra sight, but honestly, it's pretty open plains here. It's just hilly. Rolling perception. At advantage, this man is huge.
I am. I'm hard to miss.
It's a 10.
Yeah, on a 10, you see him down the road.
Okay.
10 was DC.
He's like speed walking.
He's quite far away, but you'll see him like his white hair poke up over a hill and then dip back down, and then you'll see him in his snout over another, and then you'll see him in his chest as he comes closer and closer and closer.
I am gonna find a nice spot to sit
Okay.
and light up my pipe and just wait for him.
Okay.
I'm in no rush. I don't. There's no reason to get to him, so.
This is getting close to about half a day at this point. Like you left very early morning,
Yeah.
so it was before they had gotten up, but this is like getting into about half a day at the point where you, so instead of heading back by half a day, you'll be heading back now, which would be half a day from now. So you'll get back in a few hours, so about mid-afternoon.
So I guess he traveled like a day
This
already.
is the day and a half.
He's double timing because he left at like sunrise,
Yeah.
Oh,
which was very, very early
Yeah.
because he woke up. He only needs 4 hours.
It's got long legs.
so you boogied it.
He did double time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm bugging.
So he's catching up. It'll be around 1 o'clock by the time he passes you on the road, or he gets up to you on the road, and it'll be another few hours back. So you guys will be expecting him by the time you get back, but he does catch up to you on the road.
You were a little slow there. You see him
Why?
kind of leaning against maybe a spare. I don't know if there's trees in the valley.
They're seldom. It's like little lines of trees
A tree
here and
by
there.
the road, I guess.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
having a smoke.
Ah, yes. Good to see you, Avir. I had a note here. Thank you
Oh,
for saving our lives.
you're welcome. Yeah, I think.
Don't know how you got
I'm
there. Sounds
glad
great.
everybody made it out. It was
Well, everybody.
a bit hectic.
I don't know about the proprietor, Samuel, or any of the others. So why'd you save us?
I thought it was the right thing to do. And I also wanted to save as many people as I could, but I'm only one man. And sadly, people can be stubborn sometimes.
That they can.
Yeah. Before I met you, there was quite a lot of effort into trying to evacuate the area, but yeah.
So, what's a boomer? Where does it come from?
He's gonna stand up and start kind of walking with you down the path. And boomers are a demonic being, not usually of this plane.
Yes.
And
What plane?
they come from the
abyss.
Veil, the abyss. They come from the abyss.
Okay.
What was odd about this one is that the group of tieflings was magically tethering it to this plane of existence to the point where they could teleport it to try to assassinate somebody in the group that we're traveling with.
Me.
I actually have a feeling that it might not have been you, Glass.
That sounds great.
It sounds like you were an identifier of the group just because I think you stand out
Really?
easily sometimes.
Mm.
So it sounded, the way they spoke about the target. It was more the fact that they would be with you rather than possibly you. Although I can't rule it out. I have
Which,
to
by
admit.
the way, when you see Glass, the spines that are along his tail and just a little bit up his back and on his elbows, they are now like stained glass mosaics, and they twinkle as if studded with gems. That's all. Just because you were going into a description. Well, that makes sense. The artifact was definitely the reason. You know, a lot of stuff has happened ever since we took that out of its hollow.
Yes. You know, I mean,
Avira, I think we're going to be constantly going in between sections of the Veil. There's something important I want to talk to everyone about, but you in particular, and I guess the only one that isn't super involved
sorry,
is
you're
Lenore.
talking about entering the Veil?
I have reason to believe that we are now face to face with an event that is another phenomena that could be as big as the generation of magic brought into this world by the gods. And currently, I think we might be dealing with forces besides the gods. Magic was brought to this world at Willow's Peak. Have you heard of Willow's Peak?
Have I heard of Willow's Peak before?
Oh, religion. Just to see how much you know.
Does this have to do with Fae Fiend, Undead, Demonic?
Okay. It's a 12.
Celestial?
Mr.
Celestial?
DM.
Does that have to do with Celestial?
In a way, but it's not.
Not
More
directly.
arcane.
It's not
Yeah.
directly information about celestials. You know of.
Just checking if I get advantage or not.
you know of the place. The Willow's Peak is famous for being the place where the gods gifted magic to the world.
I've heard of it before.
Yes. It's extremely famous. Most powerful nexus point on the planet. Easiest place, a nexus point is one of the easiest places for the world and its magic and the Veil to be at their thinnest.
I'm familiar.
You are. Well, I think lately, since 200 years, maybe 100 years, I think 100 years, DM will correct me otherwise. One of the we had world cores that actually were artifacts that brought magic to the world.
250 years ago.
250 years ago, they had world cores that brought magic to the world. We don't know what happened to them. And the magic that was left over from whatever happened to them was being granted by the mother of flowers. The All Mother. Literally a goddess of the planet and life and nature. She's passed too. So, where does that leave our world? It leaves us possibly declining to a spot before magics were gifted to us.
Kind of sounds like the world would be better off without magic, in my opinion.
It's
And
interesting you say
I know
that.
that a lot of university types like meddling with the Veil and testing out what kind of magics and learning what you can, but I think honestly it's just brought pain and suffering to this world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in a way we would likely be better off without them or any of these gods meddling with it.
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you, but I do need to state that the gods were benevolent who brought magic to the world. And part of what they brought as magic were defenses against beings or forces that are malevolent, or that could just simply destroy all of Agera for the sake of a whim.
Well, they're not doing a very good job because I think
Did you forget what I just said?
your university.
Did you forget what I just said? They're not doing a good. I just said that the gods
Yeah.
and the world cores and the one god that was left doing the magic is dead.
Is dead.
So there's no more gods doing things.
100%.
And now there's bad stuff happening.
But your university is causing a lot of the bad things to happen.
My university isn't a god.
It's not a god, but they're the ones messing with the Veil. They're the ones bringing Nexus points and fucking with them and experimenting on things. And they're
see.
tempting what already is a very delicate balance.
I think now you're dealing with people on an individual basis who are making decisions with entities beyond the Veil.
I think this is an organizational basis, and I think that you're blind to what your organization is doing.
You think I'm blind? How many times have you said you're a bad scholar? And I'm like, yeah, I know.
I'm not saying you're a bad scholar. I'm just saying I think there's people higher up than you
I know there's people
in
higher
the
up than me
university,
that are
and I
being
think
problems.
a lot of them are in on what's happening. And the notes that you have from Tommen point to that.
As this conversation continues
'Cause
down
it's a
the
good
road,
Mm-hmm.
several hours pass as you
Yeah, that
come
makes
to
sense.
the path that branches to the lodge.
You
You
know
guys,
what
yeah, he
that's
comes
up.
right back in. It's where all the light is. I understand.
Yes.
What is
It's a moth.
We already swatted a couple of mosquitoes and stuff.
My parents are leaving the doors
flocking to
upstairs
us.
open.
Is the other door? No.
No, they're leaving the door to the backyard open. Anyway, you guys come down the path. Those of you inside you can hear them talking as they're outside. They're not being quiet.
Before they get there,
Yeah.
does anyone else show up to the lodge?
No one shows up. Roll me a luck check.
Really?
Oh, there you go.
15.
On a yes.
Right, no, go ahead.
On a 15, a messenger does show up.
Oh.
But all you hear is the footsteps to the door, a slap on the door, and they begin receiving.
I would open the door.
You see Tibin walking away.
Oh, I know you. Excuse me, sir. I have a job for you.
Oh yeah, what can I do for you?
I
Teacup, Miss.
yes, I have.
Messenger
I
service.
have some letters to send.
I was just leaving a note on the
Can
door
I-
for the lodge members that their lodge has been
I need
designated a refugee area.
I need you to deliver some letters for me. I can pay.
You need me to deliver some legend. Doggone it! I was just on my way to deliver messages. Oh
Beautiful. Okay.
What a coincidence.
Perfect.
boy! All right, where would you like them to go?
They have to go to specific people.
Already? Gimme.
All right, I'm gonna give him both the names, like Rhaegor's name and Glass's name, and very vivid descriptions of them. Also, the directions in which I think they might be.
Okay.
I'm trying to make this as easy as possible.
Yeah.
You will have seen that Valentine wrote a third letter, but he stashed that letter with a whole bunch of other ones. He's not sending it. Yes. Also, can I pay for priority on this one? Get it there
Absolutely.
faster?
We can even have it a little bit secretive, just for some extra coin if you like to go
I
the
don't
secret
care
way.
if it's secretive. I just care if it's fast.
You just care if it's fast.
I want this
All
one
right.
delivered very quickly.
A little magic goes a long way.
Beautiful. All right. So how much for the two?
All right, so for the two that look like they're going regional, that'll be 1 gold coin for the two.
Okay.
And then the one that is going special, do you have a location?
Yeah, that is still the regional one. Yes.
Still regional.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the 2 letters.
priority.
Yeah, it's just one
Priority
priority.
would be an extra 4 gold pieces.
That
on top.
is
that
fine.
all right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I can accept that.
Then absolutely, Tib and Teacup at your service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That'll be 7 gold pieces.
Yeah. What? 6?
You were correct.
No, actually. You said 1 for the 2 letters, so it's
You are
5.
correct. It's
I will pay you 6 though.
no.
As a
it's-
tip.
It's
Here.
1 gold and then an extra 4 on top of the
All
1
right,
gold.
here, 6
For
gold.
the regular one,
6
which would
gold?
be 5, 6
Yes.
gold. Yes, you're correct.
Yes,
we were
and-
both wrong.
Oh,
We're
yes. That's yes. Wonderful.
I'm gonna peek around Valentine. Is there anything for Lenora?
Lenora. I have something. Oh, you're the one who. No, I haven't even sent this letter out yet.
The priority one's gonna deliver like almost immediately, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
In fact,
It's gone.
Wonderful.
Cool.
You paid, and it's going.
Okay.
But I have heard from the location. We know where she is, so we're headed there now, and
Okay.
it should be there by the end of the day.
I just paid for a letter that doesn't even need to go to you.
I love that. Like he's gonna walk down the path, and
I
find us
just
and be
heard
like, "That was easy."
I did that to Lenora in town. You're doing it to me outside of town.
Yeah.
He'll look
Perfect.
up and he'll be like,
Oh wait.
"There's a roadrunner over to you. Here you go."
Oh, Rook.
This,
oh,
this,
Timon.
there's something I wanted to do before we got
Oh,
there.
okay. Yes.
Okay.
Before you got that, go ahead.
I did want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Why do you want to continue to travel with these people?
Quickly, define these people. Whom?
Valentine and Lenora. It seems Rhaegor is gone.
I doubt he's gone far.
I mean, he's got a couple days, two and a half days travel, 3 days travel on you.
So, Lenora I saved from some indescribable fate being on a boat and found as a stowaway. Also, she has a Tressum named Pibbs, Sir Pibbles, who is quite fantastic to follow and seems like a really cute pet. Also, highly intelligent. Careful what you say around that, Tressum. In terms of Rhaegor, I already stated, I doubt he's gone far. We know they can teleport. Valentine, he can safely lead us through any Veilfall. And I highly believe that he probably has an insanely deep connection to the entire endeavor in which we have heard from the box and the music and his own words that he's vitally important to something.
And you think that has to do with the possible opening of connections in these nexus points? And
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding? I may have been under a rock for 25 years trying to learn some things, but that was just because it took longer than walking and doing it myself. Once I'm walking, I always end up going somewhere I want to be.
so you think keeping them around might be a good thing?
I think it will keep us
Because
alive.
Now's
You
also,
as well. You're tainted as well.
Just saying, the opportunity at the moment presents itself for us to continue down the road.
What do you mean? Like past the Seeker's Lodge?
Yes.
Oh, you want to go with me alone?
I'm not saying that I want
You like
to.
me.
I'm just saying that I think
Well, hello.
we present a danger in the kind of things we're looking into, and I think it's a good time to evaluate whether you really want to drag all these people into it.
Oh, in that case, I can answer this with a very simple sentence. Yeah, Rhaegor and Valentine are permanently and directly involved because they've been roped in by magical artifacts. So that's one. Two, they signed a contract saying that they have to get me back home to Lorehold, which isn't even my home. And three, I do like the part where Valentine can take us through Veilfall.
You know, now that you talk about it a little bit more that way, I didn't quite put two and two together.
Pips can also get through a Veilfall. Did you notice that?
I didn't. I was
Save the child
a
all on
little
his own.
preoccupied, I think, last time.
Yes, you were. You are also deeply in this. I don't know what your, other than the children, which we've dealt with, what your personal inclinations are, but I have a feeling it has to do with the poison and the potions and the fact that your whole life has taken a shift ever since the incident at the town. Horrible thing.
I would like to stop these nexus points.
You won't stop the nexus points, but the Veil Falls maybe we can
It's
handle.
not so much the Veil Falls, it's more of the tearing between our
Yes, those happen along
dimension
nexus
and-
points, is what I'm saying.
And do you think you have information?
Because you would know this, the tearing and opening is not a natural thing.
No, it doesn't sound like a natural thing.
Okay.
I just know that they happen along nexus or what are the lines called?
Ley lines.
Ley lines, and
So-
probably at nexus points.
Before we return to the group, then, do you have anything in Tommen's notes that you want to bring up now, so that we're on the same page?
I truly do have quite a bit. So
Buckle
if
up.
Yeah.
You two can share it over Discord.
Okay.
And
Or even if you wanted to like
This would take a long
synopsis it now.
I can synopsis it.
Like we continue to discuss
I
this
can-
in
I
a
can
conversational basis as we go forward, but then
Yeah.
you could just like.
I feel like it's just going to be
Absolutely.
a lot of
You could-
details.
Is it a lot to go
It's a
over?
No,
significant amount.
It's a
of
significant
Oh.
amount, but if I synopsis it, it is
If
not.
synopsis
Like I was
is it,
thinking
it'll
like for
be
the
twice as
audience, like do you
No.
Go
think
for it. If you think you can get it in a few
is there
sentences,
a quick
go for it.
sentence
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I can.
You can send me the details after.
So, the children, as I said, are part of a system that are being treated as potential candidates for something along the lines of magical grafting or similar. And Tommen was both acting kind of on his own, but is part of something that we will call the chain. So there's also something else, is that we know Valentine is part of the Pact Master thing, and it's normal for warlocks to be part of a Pact of the Chain, and those individuals have the magical capacity to communicate at the speed of which these people were. So that's the synopsis.
Do you think it's a group of warlocks causing this?
The Chain is a group of warlocks that have at least access to the information and do not want to be associated with it. Also, here's the big one. They're wiping people's memories and doing a whole lot of personality shenanigans. So anybody we meet could either end up... like, they're erasing their own memories as part of the destruction of evidence trail. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. They're getting a little bit more careful since I ran into them last time.
They're getting
And it
much?
seems like they're a little bit more specific, actually. I think last time they were just kind of, throwing kids at it, hoping for the best. Now it looks like they're actually trying to weed out who
Well-
might actually react better to it.
Oh, well, that's part Tommen's fault, but he was very studious. The last thing I wanted to say is that the children, not the children, the event that happened at your town was an accident. They don't want that to happen again.
The one that we went to react to with the
No,
the
your
Seekers?
children, your place, the place where you got fucked
A
up.
Marner's Rest?
The place where you got fucked up. I can't remember the title, but the place where you got
That's
fucked up.
the one that we went to with the Seekers.
No, not we. Get over that. You, back in your backstory. That's what we call it here.
He would call
History.
it a backstory.
Backstory. I like backstories.
Glass would.
In your backstory, where
Would
that
Glass
town
bring
was.
this up with him?
This is all in
Glass is
character.
bringing this up.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't talking to Alex. No worries about that.
That's something that you're going to need to keep to yourself. And I think it's dangerous for other people to know.
That's fine. Right now, it's you and me, and I'm giving you what you asked for, and I'm being blunt and honest.
They were less selective when it came to me and the other children.
Which makes sense why
They
you
were
said they were
very
throwing
much
kids
just
at it. And
throwing children in it. Hoping
Alice
for the
Venn.
best.
Alice-
I think it was more of a numbers game back then. Less so, I don't think they had a much... It didn't seem like research was necessarily be conductive.
It's okay. It was a problem, and they recognize it as a problem. They're going to try again, which they are trying to do.
And do you know where?
We can discuss that with the others.
Okay. I think we need to bring it up to the others in a way that makes them feel like it might be part of their path. Valentine specifically seems to have a very specific goal, and I don't think he necessarily cares about the goal.
Oh no,
So I
probably
think
not.
bringing this up in a way that seems like it's like, oh,
Oh,
we're presenting the
my friend,
solution to
if you're-
your
If you're
problems.
with you, I was
Yeah.
already on that when I was trying to say, hey, I think I know where parts of the song are leading to. You want to go over there?
Perfect.
And he was like,
So parts of the song equal nexus points that you think could be utilized.
I have new information about the song, but it doesn't stop the fact that I think the song is relevant to Valentine. So that's my in with him right now. I also want to be attached to his hip because he does get through Veilfalls. I can't state that enough.
do one thing that
Either
Glass
him
sees
or
as
Pibbs,
useful.
and Pibbs
So-
will kill me.
Something that I wanted to bring up is that in Thalisfen,
Yes.
when this happened originally,
Yes. Did you have your
They-
powers before that?
I was a child.
Oh, whoa! Whoa! I am so sorry. Jesus Christ, I was really underground a while. You are 25 years old? You are 34 years old?
I think
You're
34 is
34? I
correct.
got it the
34
second
is correct.
time.
I think 34 is correct. I actually didn't super write it
Damn,
down,
I'm
but
good.
that sounds about right.
That's the second try.
Holy
Holy shit, I go to hug you. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
It's just a
But
stiff
what a
man
This
in the
is
tug.
why I care about the children,
Yeah.
but also why this needs to stay a secret.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
There are others who have been through this that survived.
Do they also have weird powers? Useful.
Are they also freaks like you?
Some
Do they do that
do.
thing?
Some it consumed them and they perished.
Ah,
There were more that left Thalisfen with me than made it to adulthood.
Okay.
And not many of them are pursuing the same path that I am. Many want to just live their lives the best they can.
I've encountered many civilizations
So,
of people that just want to
The
live their lives.
children are definitely going to somewhere that understands what we're being possibly put through, and they're going to be taken care of. But that's why this can't happen again.
Well, I'm with you on that.
So let's convince Valentine that this is in their best interest.
Just give him a comb and, like, say it came from the country to the north. Just put him on a boat or something. I don't know. I'm being flippant.
I'm just happy.
Did you
I
get a
also wanted
message?
to bring up that I think.
Yeah.
A letter?
So when I meant that they cleansed
Where'd
that
that go?
the town Thalisfen,
Yes. Tibbin comes up. He's like,
Hey fellas, I got a message for Glass.
You're
there
so
you go.
bad.
You do?
He's lost it already.
That's amazing, Tibbins. You're so good at this.
Have yourself a good day.
and he turns around and heads towards.
Thank you,
Drop it off.
Tib.
And he's
Tibbins.
like Roadrunner fast. He'll get to you in no time.
Okay.
How did you? You've been sitting in one spot. How did you lose
Did you put it in your book?
No.
It's got a little thingy on it.
It's got a heart.
but also, just to continue what I was saying,
Yes, I am listening.
the fact that they cleansed Thalisfen after they murdered hundreds,
In Thalisven, it was almost the whole village.
so almost the whole village.
Yeah, scorched earth
Um,
policy and all that.
Yeah, they decided to clean up their way. Do you think the Veilfall was their way of cleaning this up again? And why I bring this up is that I think we're dealing with people who can cause Veilfalls at will, if that's correct. Because that's a very good way, instead of scorching the earth and burning hundreds of villagers out,
This conversation
that you can just
continuing.
drop a Veilfall on them and it'll clean it up.
Didn't
You
see
guys
that.
are now not very far
Mhm.
from the
Yeah.
lodge.
So that would be like
You
the
guys
last
would
thing
hear
you would
them
want to
beginning.
bring up.
Yeah, you guys would hear them beginning to come down the path.
So, I think that the Veilfalls might be an action from entities that are aside from gods. And that the actions of Lorehold are prompting a faster deterioration of the defenses of our planet against those forces.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about you and your family, you bitch!
Sorry, what?
Sorry, I really liked the letter, but
The
when
other
you said
tieflings
the
were
next
related?
few days or never again,
I didn't know if you were captured.
Lenora,
oh, that's
Give me a
fair.
perception
Actually, I take back the bitch.
What is this about my family?
Natural 20.
on a natural 20, as you come out to also greet them with Valentine, Pibbles is not leaving you alone, but on a natural 20, you realize that he's only getting between you and Valentine.
Oh,
No matter where you stand, he will always be between you.
He thinks I'm gonna turn her into clay.
Okay.
He's a good cat.
Noted. I'm gonna go and hug Glass.
Oh, I'm glad you're
You
safe.
came back.
Glad you're safe.
Give me a perception check, you as well.
Pibbs is alive.
Your calves won't be.
I'm
Pibbs
flexing.
is staring, and his eyes have not left.
Sir Pibbles?
But it's not like at you; it's like around you. He's not meeting your eyes.
Good sir, what are you looking at?
Scatters around.
I look around me.
You don't see anything.
Not to
Alright.
cut this slightly short, but is Rhaegar around as well? I assume.
I just sent
was
him a letter, as
hoping-
well as you.
I
Oh,
was hoping he was
Great.
with you.
no, definitely not with me.
No, I believe he's trying to make himself scarce for one reason or another.
Good luck with that.
I
Ah.
think that we should leave as soon as possible so that we may have a chance to catch up with him in case he doesn't receive my letter well.
But I think from what we heard, he went a very different direction than us. I think we're gonna have to double back
Well,
almost
what-
like a
what
day and a
did-
half
when-
just to get to where he started.
Well, hold on. We don't have to follow him. What,
He
you sent a
followed
letter.
us almost the entire way.
The
to
path is actually he
this.
just went further than you.
Oh, so
He-
he just
he
went down the same
followed
path?
us.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
never
He
mind,
just
never
kept
mind.
going
Sorry.
that road. You
Yeah,
guys
but like we could
I
tell
thought
he
we
was
went one
sort of
way, he went
adjacent
the other
to us
kind
for
of
a while
idea. Okay,
until
okay,
he
okay.
just wasn't.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It'll only be
So-
a half day travel back to where he would
I
have
think we
broken off.
keep going down the road.
I think while we've got this nice lodge to ourselves, before someone else shows up, we should have a little chat. What do you think, Avir?
Well, I do think we're gonna need to rest tonight. It's almost getting towards the evening.
I
Alright.
agree,
So
but
we could
Lenora,
make some good dinner.
I
and head out
think
in the
you are
morning.
in severe danger, more so than a city being sieged. But not right now.
I don't think
It was more of an
And-
incursion than a siege, but
I believe Lenora's
You're right.
probably
A
in the
siege is
least
from the outside.
danger of any of us.
This came from the inside. Well, Valentine, you're a problem.
Glass,
Yes.
did I not say that we should talk about things privately?
Oh, shit, you did.
This is not private.
Fuck. Well, okay.
oh wow, that's
You
awkward.
want to
He
tell
told-
me a problem? I'm
He told me a
problem to
lot
my
on the
face.
road too, which is pretty crazy.
Yes, but not anything that I overheard them talking about. Well, I'm just going to be out in the open about it. All right?
Are you guys going inside for this conversation?
I thought we were
Have you-
inside.
Yeah,
I think we're kind
yeah,
of
we
going
welcome
inside.
them
Gonna go
inside,
make
yeah.
some dinner.
So you guys are
Yeah.
spending
Stoke
the
the
rest
fire.
spending the evening here.
Yes.
So, first and foremost, the safety. Lenora, you are associated with us, and thus that, I think, puts you in danger. I do not know if you have a personal connection other than Sir Pibbles, because Sir Pibbles has the ability to traverse and save people from Veilfall. So,
He
You
does.
That's
think
special.
Veilfalls are the most dangerous things?
no, I think your family might be the most dangerous thing.
Also, I didn't want to mention it, but is Sir Pimples missing a bit of fur? He
Hmm?
looks slightly more singed than the last time I saw him.
It'll grow back.
Healed him.
The fur is growing
you know,
back.
You healed him with fire?
I did. No, he got hit by
I'm
fire.
glad you healed him because
Oh,
he does look.
shit.
He looks sprightly, but
Sir
a little
Pibbles,
scruffy around the edges.
are you okay?
I mean, a
Scratchy.
fireball
Okay.
definitely explains
Back to Lenora.
the lack of.
So
Yes.
apparently
Full
he
fur,
can use
but-
magic.
Well, he can fly.
He absorbed the wings.
He absorbed wings.
He absorbed a
absorbed
fireball.
He absorbed a
Wings.
fireball
He absorbed- like
and
Mother?
shot it out his other armpit.
Oh,
What?
is that a?
He's a very
can
good sir.
I roll? Is that a normal thing for
Tresem?
Tressums?
Yeah, may I as well?
Yeah, go for it.
I didn't.
I don't
he
know
could
shit
do
about
that.
Tressums.
That is a 23.
On a 10, every single Tressum does it.
Not
On a
surprised.
23, it's not abnormal for Tressum to use magic. Going from Tressum to Tressum, it's difficult to tell which ones understand and can utilize magic because of their limited capacity for it. But the ones who can are generally considered older.
Can I kind of crouch down and like
Roll me,
try to coax him over?
roll me animal handling.
Seven.
On a 7, he begins sniffing your hand and he begins curling up with your forearm and stuff.
I just wanted to like make sure that he's somewhat alright.
Yeah, he begins. Do you want to do any investigation or anything on him, or like
I
a
might just
medicine?
like pull out a piece of like jerky or something and like play with him a bit. But I just wanted to like check if there's anything also to. I'm not only just medicine wise, but I want to check if there's anything abnormal about this specimen anyway.
Roll me investigation.
Really likes the sixes. It's a 10.
On a 10, your investigation, your animal handling
Is he
seems...
celestial and no,
It's a
I
trestle.
know, I know.
On your investigation, on a 10, you realize that you see that there's a little bit of conniving behind his eyes. Like there's some cunning behind there. And that he used your calling him over as a reason to get close to you. And he's going for something else. And on a 7 animal handling, he's going to attack you.
Oh. I love Sir Pibbles.
That's a nat 1. So he's going to swipe, and he's going to attempt to bite you right where your stab wound is.
I'm just gonna, cause since he rolls a nat 1, I'm just gonna scoop him up and start scritching his belly, and
His
so I think
eyes
he's
in,
actually
like,
just
attack
kind of
mode?
gotten into attack mode. I'm like, oh, hey, buddy, yeah.
His eyes in attack
like-
mode, and as you're doing that,
Yeah.
he goes, and he lets you.
And I'm just gonna chill with the group and kind of hold him like a baby and
He
scratch his
begins to
belly.
That's nice. So let's
Careful.
get to the careful. Understood. Let's get to the brass tacks of a little of this. You know that saying's really old. You probably don't even know it. So
It has to do with brass dragons, doesn't it? And like they used to levy taxes on the townsfolk of their realms.
people thought they would give brass to brass dragons. Stupid. So you wanted to talk in private. Some of this isn't private because they've experienced it. All right. That sounds fair.
No, but go ahead.
So Rhaegor disappeared because of an altercation between Valentine and someone they knew. All right.
Someone Rhaegor knew?
Yeah.
I'm being generic.
Yep. Good.
Would
Yeah,
you like?
continue.
This would be a great
No,
time for
you-
Does
Valentine.
this have to
Day.
do with?
You
Does this have to
continue.
do with the guy
it
that
Fred?
Valentine murdered outside?
I did not murder anyone, all right? I mean, I've murdered plenty of people.
There was someone outside?
It was a golem, okay? It was a golem.
Golem.
We're calling it a golem, yes.
Fred
Golems
knew
don't
Rhaegor?
exist.
He's made of clay.
Oh, that's a simulacrum.
Doesn't matter.
That's really high level magic.
Yes, well, that doesn't matter.
Well,
Clearly,
he was
that
talking
city
to him at
high-level
one point.
magic.
Next time he
As
was
that is
the
said,
king.
that Fred was a golem and clay. I'd like you to make me a quick history check.
Love to.
It'll be advantage because it was today.
15. Ooh, 5. I'll take the 15.
Okay. On a 15, you remember the bodies that you didn't go to check of the armor.
Oh my god, that's right.
And
Some that weren't
You didn't.
tiefling.
You didn't go and check, but you do remember what it looked like from far away, and you remember it looking like shells. Every single one was a golem or simulacrum.
So
Simulacrum is a 7th level spell.
Are we done here, Glass? This
I mean,
doesn't
I
seem
think
all
we
that
just
important.
started the conversation, Valentine.
It doesn't seem all
Is
that
your
important.
attention span that short? Like,
No, I just think that there are more important things going on, and this part is not important.
I mean, it seems pretty important. The guy turned to clay and decayed in front of us.
that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, because it means that he was never real to begin with.
But who was
Valentine.
he?
That's kind of sad.
The entire army that invaded Windhome
Mhm.
were simulacrum.
Sorry, what?
Yes, I stayed behind and watched
Did you talk
everything.
to any of them?
I witnessed their destruction in the same way that the person outside was.
I'll think about it. All right.
Think out loud.
No, I just have to think about it.
Think out loud.
I don't have any fully formed thoughts on the matter yet.
Valentine, did you know the simulacrum outside?
I didn't know the simulacrum because the simulacrum's not a real person.
No.
Do you know who was?
Who controlled the
controlling
simulacrum?
it?
You already know.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you
I
know-
don't need to tell them.
Do you know Fred?
Do you
Was he
know
a fan?
who was
I
inside
read-
Fred?
can I roll insight?
I
me insight, yeah.
Is that what
may
you were about
know
to say?
who
You
was
do know who was inside
inside Fred.
Is that
yes.
what you were about to say?
No.
Oh,
Who essentially was Fred. Yes.
Can you tell me?
11.
I mean, the answer just came out in the open.
Wait, so
Valentine
how-
just said, "I do know."
Did know, yes. No, but
She's
I was
asked you a
looking,
question.
trying to look deeper.
On an 11, that's what you
It's a very complicated answer.
Family is always complicated.
This was
I'm
family.
helping.
I mean,
He's a part of
okay.
your family.
I didn't want to assume because they were tieflings that you're related.
Well, this one was
No,
a
no, no,
human.
let's not be racist. Hold
This
on.
simulacrum looked like a human.
Yes.
And we now know every tiefling in that army was a simulacrum.
He was in
There were
fact.
even some that
Okay,
weren't
fine, we're
tiefling.
good.
well, a lot
Yep.
of them look the same.
So your family member was inside Fred.
So Fred was like a puppet.
Yes, and your family member was it your dad? Was it your nephew?
It was my brother. Are you happy? Are you happy?
This
Are you
is-
very,
Fred's your
very
brother?
happy? Okay.
So, but
Now you have a fan.
I think
I'm friends with your brother.
You should not be friends with my brother.
why
really
not?
I
nice.
have to agree with Valentine
I
on this
was-
point
he
because
said
I
I was lovely.
think if
You
they were
are lovely.
controlling the simulacrums, plural,
Blushes.
they were involved. That means your brother was very likely involved in the assassination attempt on all of
I don't
you.
think
Not
so.
according to him.
That's a little weird that the same magic brought your brother there, as well as all of these other people.
Why do you
at the
think I
same
need to
time.
do some thinking about this?
What magic do you and your family use that ignores the currently known rules of magic to Lorehold? Don't worry, I only know about them. I don't subscribe to those facts.
I feel like that's. I would like your question. Yes.
So
Yes,
you're
Lenora.
like here.
Yes.
If your brother had to use a simulator,
Brilliant, Lenora! Where is he?
I don't know. I hadn't
he
seen
on
him
this
in a
planet?
while.
plane?
That's also a good question.
I don't know. He's kind of an adventurer like me. I hadn't seen him in quite a long time.
How long
Does
is
he have
that?
cool eyeballs?
Can
like
I
the...
insight that?
Does he
I
have
don't
cool
know.
eyeballs?
That
What
is
did
one
you
of
just say?
different-
Does he have cool eyeballs?
In the thing.
Eyeballs?
Has to be in the thing.
What was wrong with his eyeballs?
They were like very,
Is that
very
cock-
pale and
You
white.
You
and
saw
pretty.
him.
What?
I like it. I can take
He
it.
was
Yeah,
really
take
nice.
it.
We chatted and he asked
Okay.
about you.
Is your brother Red Choir?
It's a 16.
Hold on.
Sorry? No?
16?
Yeah. That was actually pretty small.
16 insight on I don't know. Would you
Um,
like me
You said
Yeah.
she asked if he was on this plane or
Yeah.
you thought that he was on a different plane, and you said I don't know. And I insighted
don't
it.
know. I don't. I genuinely
On a
have no
16?
idea.
and that you would register that as true.
Are you close with your family? How many siblings do you have?
I have a wonderful family. I love all of them. I have 3 siblings. They're great. But
Why-
that brother is probably the one that you should be the least friends with because he's a whole other thing.
Why is
Should be
he
your
so
other
much
ones.
more magically gifted than
You would love
you?
my little sister.
Here's the thing. I don't think that's true.
You think
I-
that this is a simulacrum as well?
What? No. No.
I'm real.
Probably.
Enough.
I'm
enough.
real.
Are you?
I bleed.
Oh, he did bleed. We did have to resuscitate with a traditional means of vanilla infused. Was it cherry? Healing potions. Yes, health potions.
Wait.
God, I'm really
Sorry.
stuck
Okay,
when you.
why is this about me now when we're
Wait.
talking about what happened in
When did
Win-
Valentine bleed?
Oh yes, he was in fact making his last gasps.
He was stabbed
during
by
a
the
duel.
leader of the Seekers Highland Lodge.
She was
Oh,
stealing from Rhaegor. I was trying to
She
defend
was
him.
stealing from Rhaegor.
that seems drastic. And we just beat her on the road?
Yes.
Don't worry about the shenanigans
That's why I
between
snitched
them.
on her.
Oh yes,
She's
no,
a
there
bitch.
was good drama.
I didn't really like her
I
very
like
much.
you.
She seemed like a bit of a bitch, but I didn't
she's
know
not
that
that
she almost
bad.
killed Valentine, which actually I think I respect her a little bit more now.
After seeing
That's
what
not
the
very
Seekers
nice.
do.
Do you have a
and-
problem with me, Avir? Is this why you punched me in the face
No,
the day
I
you
just
met
I just
me?
expected
What?
you to be a bit more powerful than
Oh, I am. She
that
almost
woman.
did die.
Hey, what's
She looked like
changed about
she was
you and
doing
that
all right.
artifact? What's happened? Are you stronger? Can you smell like mint? What?
You're a man of observation. Why don't you just observe and figure it out for yourself?
Happily.
Not that close.
I'm
May
just,
I observe you?
I am.
Is there anything
I am
different about you?
Petting
I don't think I need
pigs.
to
I don't
roll.
think
It's
so.
a good question.
You don't know
All this
investigation,
is all going on.
Nah, it's a
I don't think so.
8.
I'm considerably more annoyed.
On an 8, nope.
No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no. I wasn't. No.
Nothing different.
So why do you think your brother wasn't involved in the rest of the simulacrums?
Said
if
that he was not.
And you believed him.
I do actually.
Well,
If
does
he's anything-
simulacrum
if
magic
he's
run in
anything
the
like
family?
Valentine, he tells the truth.
I didn't even hear what you
So
said.
you asked him, "Hey, did you try to blow up my friends?" And he said no.
Oh no, this was before the blowing up.
No, I mentioned it, and he said, "Oh, if you think that was me, then I should probably tell you things." And he didn't tell me things, and then
Oh, you talked to him
Clay on
after
the
the explosion
ground.
too.
oh yes,
Yeah.
that's how they know that he's the simulacrum.
Oh,
gone.
Fred.
So I don't
not
mean to
Fred.
pry
Not
because
Fred.
everyone's business is somewhat their own until it involves the lives of others.
Yes, and I believe that part doesn't, except for one of you, but
But
not
the
you.
only worry would be that if it wasn't that family member, what other family members?
Oh, my other family members probably no, that's not their style.
What's your brother's name?
It seemed like he knew who was doing it, and the fact that he was there as a simulacrum and they were there as simulacrums.
Have
it
any of you
seems
studied
quite
warfare?
connected.
Because in warfare, you can
I have,
perform
yes.
something called a proxy war. And that could be entirely what we just went through. So who's leading the proxies, please?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm on
Can I
my
insight that?
own
Yeah, go for
mission.
it.
no, I believe you. I do. I want you to know, Valentine, I've never
19.
taken you as a liar.
19? He doesn't
I'm
know.
not a liar.
He doesn't
Clearly.
know who the proxies were at all.
Has no idea.
So, your brother's name?
Apparently it was Fred,
Valentine,
according to you.
I'm not going to use magic right now, but I want you to know I have magic at my command in order to make you speak the truth. I would prefer you do it willingly, because you're now accompanying people whose lives will be dictated by partly your actions.
I don't understand why I am at the center of this mess when
you
this
can
mess
survive a
is
Veilfall.
completely unrelated to me.
You're carrying
That's fine.
that.
Valentine, you're at the center of everything.
And I don't think that is not
Thank you.
unrelated because I think Glass I don't think was the target. I strongly think that you might be a prime candidate of the ones that
Oh,
they're
I
going
already
after.
know who my brother's target was, and it wasn't me. And
I don't
it
think
was
your
you,
brother's
and it
target. I
wasn't-
mean the
It
explosion.
was Rhaegor.
It was
Exactly, it was Rhaegor. Rhaegor is his
Explosions.
target.
So before you showed up, by the way, I did chase Rhaegor, and so did Valentine. Rhaegor was freaking out.
He's a very nosy
Af-
dragon.
Freaking out after they had a bout, and Valentine lost, and they shook hands, and then he ran away. Rhaegor ran away. We followed. Rhaegor came and exited in and out of reality while he ran, and encountered your brother as a simulacrum, who proceeded to pull a sword out that cut everything like a crazy motherfucker. It was awesome. Whew. I can do that to the earth, but whew.
Big sword.
So you think
No,
you
not
think,
big sword.
You think
Look,
Valentine's
had
big.
big, big, from what I
Valentine's
could
brother was
see.
after Rhaegor?
He was indefinitely after Rhaegor. Yes.
Why?
Why? Because they share a problem.
Sorry, no.
Is it because of the
Yes.
the thing around his neck?
No. It's probably just a sibling rivalry thing. I don't
Because
think
he
you
was-
have to worry about it.
Yes,
was-
the sibling rivalry? The one we're trying to get a name out of you from?
Yes,
Who mighteth that sibling beeth, please?
Fred.
Is he older or younger than you?
He's older than me.
So the only reason I think that you might have been a target is the fact that when these people were talking before I met you guys, they mentioned the artifact, and they definitely came when I went back for Glass. The moment they knew that he had the artifact, they went after him. But you have the artifact. He just has the box.
They were both artifacts, actually.
I will say to you, he came up to me separately.
No,
last
not your
night.
brother.
Or
The
this morning.
others, the tieflings
Yes,
that showed up on
separate.
maps.
Stop calling them tieflings. Just
Yes.
call them an invading force.
They were tieflings.
No,
Not all
I've
of
already
them.
said. Not all of them were tieflings.
And they were all
And they were all
simulacrums.
simulacrums. Thank you, Lenore.
Okay.
Please, your racism, tone it.
It's not racism. All the ones that I saw were tieflings at the time.
Okay. I accept that's your
And the ones in the
observation.
room that were doing all the magic
Truly,
definitely were all tieflings.
You are correct. I believe you.
So I'm not saying that I'm
One
not
of
saying
them was
them as
a
a race. I
boomer.
was just saying the group. Let's say them the
As an identifier.
Falcon face people.
Falcons.
The Falcons.
That sounds cool.
Came after the object and wanted to kill everybody that was carrying them.
Also,
They-
I will say, you have no definitive proof that every single one of the invading
I
force
don't.
was simulacra.
No, not
Just
at all.
making sure
I
that's-
am making.
This is his assumption.
I am making a group bias
Yeah.
concept.
So I just think that they knew the group would be with.
they knew
the
who I
Dragonborn.
was and who was attached to me.
They generally knew that someone in the group would be carrying the box artifact at least, and they don't know
needed
if
to
that's
send
open
an
yet.
entire force within the span of 3 days, if we're including the Veilfall we came out of.
Can I make
3
this
days? 3
easier
weeks. 2
on
weeks.
everybody?
2 weeks.
You can tell me your brother's name?
Yes, please.
I'm going to make this easier on everybody. If the invading force really does want this, I mean the piece of sword,
Yeah, you're hot. We get it.
they want the rest of the blade, likely, and we must therefore get it first. And so we should not be sitting around doing nothing. We are going to go to Helmreach and we're going to get the next piece of this sword before they can.
Time to throw another monkey in the works. I learned more about the box and that artifact from a gentleman named Red Choir. They perished in front of me. They bled out through their eyes and other orifices and lost all life left in their body because they witnessed the box and what was also inside it. I will share that information with you willingly if you will finally share something more with us. Unless you say, I'm protecting you by not telling you, and then we can all go,
Is that what you want? I am protecting you by not telling you.
Do we believe
apparently
him?
I'm not in danger, so do you want to whisper it to me?
Okay, you're not in danger, except if you continue to interact with him, you will be. So you should probably tone it down on that. I have another brother, significantly better. I can introduce you. How about that?
Sure.
I mean, not better, but just different. Better for you.
I mean, people are scary, but cool.
He's not scared.
So
magic comes from many places. All right? This world was gifted magic by its own entities, gods. You know what's else special about gods? Gods are conceived by the people who worship them.
Are they?
Conceived by people.
if people don't believe in them, they have no power,
They lose-
Lenora.
Almost. It goes to the beginning.
Do they get more powerful if more people believe them?
They kind of no. They exist as a concept from birth. All right. So
All right.
the concepts and those beliefs create a being that embodies those. It can die. A god can die. A god shouldn't be able to die, but they can. They can become replaced, etc. Gods have legitimate magical power. They protected this realm, Agera. And now we're seeing events that not transcend, because that would mean more powerful than gods. Besides gods are different magical powers. Let's think. What if those gods were the ones that were being entreated? Those beings were the ones being entreated to create a new magical focus so that we could have magic on this plane again. Because magic is done.
Oh.
Well, it's changing. It could be changing owners. Agera could be under new management soon.
Well, there are a lot of gods.
I really liked that laugh, but it scares me a little bit. There are a lot of gods, but are you part demigod? I don't think so, because the barrier kept you out when it said tiefling. No tieflings.
Didn't it say demon?
It did, but I don't want to be racist. Wait, that's the opposite. Demon. Yes.
She's not.
Sorry, now I'm
He's-
overcorrecting.
What is this?
He's
Tieflings
not a
have
demon.
demon blood in them, right?
They
The
do.
smallest
yes.
amount, yes.
The smallest amount, but I don't think that would be enough to keep you out of this not celestial barrier.
Apparently
the
it
super
was.
barrier.
You specifically know it would have. when you investigated it.
Okay, that's what I was curious.
He keeps
Sorry.
telling you that. You know that, right?
Look, I'm doing my best here. I'm doing
Gio
my
has
best.
told him this like 18 times.
So it kept you out because you were a tiefling, so you have demon blood in you. But what if you're all demon?
What if I was all demon?
Well,
Seems to be all tiefling.
You think I'd be here?
I think
like
your
this?
family of demons, or somebody that you know as a demon, is involved with all of the lorehold dealings?
You know that there are mortals who can create simulacrum, right?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding? It's not even the highest level spell.
Demons? There's only like you were saying.
But this
like,
is a scale.
It's not
That
like
army was a scale.
tieflings are many. You were saying demons are very few, from what I know, right?
Demons are very few from your knowledge, yes.
So,
But your
Okay,
knowledge
wow.
mainly comes from the demons that exist in the Veil, of which there are 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
and I know what for those
I
are.
Demons
don't
come from the
believe that
abyss. No.
Valentine has a direct relation to a demon. I think if that was the case,
Devil. Demon?
devils are different. Demons, there's very few, and the ones that have been touched by them are usually dead.
So
very
tiefling
dead.
is devil or demon?
That's
Either.
Tieflings are
Neither?
neither.
Could be.
Could be either. Okay.
But even if like that, it's usually it's a curse from what I've understood.
It can also
It's
be a
not
curse.
so much like direct relation to them.
Yes, well,
Two humans can have a tiefling kid.
yes, and a dragon and an elf could have a half dragon.
Yes. So Valentine likely doesn't have a connection to a demon. Valentine has a connection to a god with questionable morals.
Yes, so I also want to state that the level of magic we're dealing with in an army of simulacrums, mortals here can make one simulacrum. That's it. If they make another, destroys original.
I thought you were a connoisseur of history. There have been extremely powerful mortals who could definitely do that in the past. Who's to say there isn't one now?
Well, your brother.
That's entirely possible.
Is he immortal though?
My brother is quite powerful.
I would think
Was
he
it
would
you?
be mortal.
Was it? Did I make all of those people attack that town? No.
Are you pissed off that I had your box?
Okay.
It burst into flame in my hand.
I'm going to make this extremely easy for
You see me, crispy?
No, I'm going to make this so easy for you. If I had the ability to do that, what happened in Windhome, and I just wanted something from you, why would I not just instantly kill you and take it instead of making that strange display that didn't work and that has less of a chance of working than just running you through with a sword?
Because you're honorable, and I would have to agree to a duel.
I feel like it would be more honor.
As this conversation continues,
Honorable is a pretty
Yeah.
vague.
it is
term.
getting pretty late at this point. The conversation has taken up a significant amount of time. You guys are staying here the night.
Yeah.
I see no
It is
reason why
getting
not.
late.
We would probably.
I mean, we could literally go to sleep with this argument, because I don't think we're going to make any more progress with you.
You could, yeah. All lodges have protection
It sounds
magic
kind
on
of
them,
like
so
a
nobody
late
needs
night
to-
conversation in the lodge around fire, dinner. Just
So-
continues probably for a while.
So,
I'm
Lenora,
sure.
if you're going to stay friends with Valentine, you got to get him to open up. Because he's going to end up getting you killed. Avir will end up killing things or dying by his combative hand, and that's fine. He's on a path. I have an insatiable curiosity and wanderlust, and apparently, the box opened to those who were supposed to hear it. You heard the song, right? You're involved. I don't think you're getting out that easy, especially if an army is about to be teleported into a city in order to find us. Their information isn't perfect, clearly, because the artifact was 2 artifacts and it was split. They asked for the box, they didn't ask for what was inside.
So, do you think that's connected to Rhaegor being followed by the one-eyed dude and things like that? Because they seem somewhat
No.
interested in the artifact too, and kind of appeared
think-
when we
Oh,
opened
them.
it.
I
Yeah.
want more info on that, but I truly think that what we're dealing with is a combination of artifacts and ancient things that have been moving for generations.
Oh, for sure. I'm just bringing up Rhaegor because he's not with us anymore.
No,
and
I
do we think
recognize
that's
that.
a problem?
But I think if that amulet
That's exactly
had,
what my letter says.
I think if that amulet had a piece of the sword, it would have already come out and gone into Valentine.
it might.
The letter.
It might not be. It might not be a piece of the sword necessarily.
look like we're
But
gonna
also,
get to
sorry.
it.
Okay, so
You,
we've
yeah.
talked about goals.
You know what? I can go to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. We'll talk about this in the morning.
Finding
also,
a sword doesn't really
Lenora,
align with those.
you were actually very polite in waiting for your answers. I will tell you my brother's name in private at some point. Don't talk to him again. I'm gonna go to sleep. Gonna set up next to the
In
fire.
response to what Thos
And you
was
think-
saying, she's gonna say, step outside my home one time, and I get stuck in this.
Hey,
Aw.
this must be better than what you said you were doing in Lorehold, which was sleeping and eating and breathing.
This is true.
You got on a boat.
But
You
none
expected
of
to leave
that.
Lorehold.
But none of that was gonna kill me.
Maybe your adventure started when you met Pibbs. You ever think about that?
Oh, definitely did.
Do you think that heading to this now that Valentine's gone to bed, this hammer
Helm what?
Helmreach.
Helmreach?
Helmreach.
Helmreach.
I've been
is
there.
In line
actually, give
with
me a
what we
perception
talked
check.
about?
We need to go to bed so that
With
Rhaegar
advantage.
can have another scene before we end tonight.
Because
Oh,
you have
absolutely.
been in
We
a
have-
Seeker's Lodge before.
Oh, what is this? History?
Just
No, I
perception.
understand.
perception.
Yeah.
But Dylan
14.
also knows.
On a 14, you know
I know, but
that they
Dylan's
have a
knows.
huge wall map
Hey!
of the world.
Oh!
Helmreach is the northernmost continent.
Out of the big circular continent?
There are 6 different continents. The northernmost one is labeled Helmreach.
I like
With the
the
white.
snacks. They're
Is this because of
cool.
like geomatics? Like it's the plates that make the continents different?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is not how I spelled the world name.
So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yep.
6. Okay.
You want to check that out?
Do you think heading to a whole different continent is going to throw a bit of a wrench in our plans?
Avir, unfortunately, you're talking to someone who considers the entire planet one step away. I do not teleport yet, but I
Just-
have ventured across
You
every
saw
continent.
his notes, and you had indicated that you felt like you saw.
I
something
could. I
indicating to
have
where this is gonna
ideas as to
happen.
where things are.
And so, do you think leaving this continent is putting that behind us?
I think we'll end up coming back to this continent.
In time.
But why
to
don't we look
stop
at
these
why don't we
people?
look at the map and I can show you possible points of interest and
Okay.
that we can go to bed on.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Bed.
Yeah,
Bed.
yeah. We'll we'll keep up with this combo and stuff in the morning.
Will
She's gonna put her
Mr.
bedroll like in
Pibbles
front of the. Is there a hearth?
continue
There
to
is.
allow
Yes.
pets as we
Right
go to
in front of
bed?
that.
He will
Very hot.
until Lenora ends up going to bed, and then he'll head off to bed with Lenora.
I give Pibbles. So
So,
yeah, absolutely.
That's a 17 on the die.
Wait, he hit me?
Yep.
That's 5 points of slashing damage.
I'm really weak.
You must sleep.
I have lost blood and I've
He
burned.
runs
can
over,
hand the
slashes
scene
your knee,
over.
and runs away. Actually, as you all go to sleep,
Yeah.
Nora, you are awoken a few hours into the night by Pibbles, who's usually, he's a bit of a stirrer. He's a cat, but he usually sleeps with you. And he gets up and exits the room. What do you do?
He's gonna do this to me again. I'm gonna follow him. Little shit.
Are you going to be stealthy, or are you just going to follow him wherever
I'm
he's
just
going?
gonna follow him.
Zooming.
Okay.
music change.
Oh,
Music change.
Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
Well into the night.
Mhm.
Do you sleep with your armor on again?
Yeah.
Is the hunger brand beneath the armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm sleeping with my armor on. I don't trust these guys.
At
They
some
don't trust me.
point in the night, you feel a weight on your chest.
I wake up.
You followed Pibbles over to just the entrance to another room right across the hall, where Valentine is asleep. Pibbles has hopped up onto his chest. and has sat down, looking down at you with his big eyes.
Hello, good sir.
He stands, his paws straight down, sitting on your chest, just staring down at you.
What would you like, Sir Pibbles? Can I help you? Does Lenora need help?
His eyes turn from the slit into larger rounds, larger and larger until his eyes are all black. And right at the door's entrance, black, and the door slams.
Sir Pibbles?
What?
You are no longer in the room that you shared that had 2 beds. You are lying down on what feels like the cold ground.
I'm pretty sure this isn't Sir Pibbles, so whoever you are, speak, show yourself.
The weight is still on your chest, and the eyes come back. You see the yellow, and they become the slits again. And he hops off your chest, goes down to your feet, and sits facing you.
Do you want to say anything? I sit up a little and I just like look at him.
What does this look like from my perspective? Does he just disappear with Bibbles?
Do you attempt to get in?
The door
Because
slammed
the
in
door
your face.
slammed in your face.
Oh, yes.
It went completely black in front of you, and then the door slammed. Do you
Yes,
try to get in?
I will try to get in.
It's locked. You do have lockpick if you'd like to try again.
I'll use my team tools.
Okay. Yeah, roll me sleight of hand.
With proficiency, right?
Yeah.
Because you have the tools.
Where are they?
Sleight of hand is near the
Oh.
bottom of the big old list.
Okay, so
+2.
proficiency +2?
I think it already added it for that though. So a total of +6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's already added probably, right?
11.
No, it's
Or you
the
add-
number there next to sleight of hand plus
On-
2.
13.
On a 13. This isn't your first time unlocking something. It's not locked. But it's
been
not
held
open.
closed.
It felt like it was locked because it's not moving. The knob itself, which is just a bar, like a handle that you push down to open, and it's just not moving. Like the whole thing is frozen. You pull and you pull. You can if you want to pull harder, you can give me an athletics check.
Seven.
Okay. On a 7, the person. How would you guys have split up? There's 2 people to each room.
I would be in my own room.
You'd be in your own room. Okay.
I'm in front of the hearth with my book open,
Okay.
my pipe, and I'm just not moving
Okay.
because I'm.
And you would have been in the room with Lenora.
I guess so, yeah.
Lenora was in front of the fire as well.
You were in front of the
Actually,
fire. I thought you went to bed. 'Cause this would have been after everybody
She
went
set
to
up
bed.
for bed in front of the
Ah.
fire.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, would
That's
you
what
have
she
minded
said.
me there?
I would have gone to take a room with a real bed.
Yeah, so you would have.
So you know where everybody is. You would have seen her go, but innocent, following the Tressum upstairs. You know where everybody is. You know Valentine is inside, but you can't get in. Do you do anything?
I'm gonna bang on the door and for Valentine and Pibbs.
Okay. You hear, but it's like muffled, like it's behind several layers of water.
Do you just want to say something, or
Pibb's mouth stays closed as he looks at you from your feet, still tiny little Tressum.
but I think the sound's coming from Pibbs.
Make me a investigation.
Pibbs! Open your
Oh yeah!
So that's a investigation dirty 20.
On a dirty 20, it's not coming from him. It is coming
what I
from the shadow behind him.
Ah, I look to the shadow
Hmm.
behind him. Speak.
Tread carefully.
Why?
I've seen your infernal deals.
Who are you?
Hibbs crawls up your feet as you're sitting there, and he gets right in front of you, even though you're not looking at him.
Yeah.
And the voice behind him in the shadows says, "Leave my mortal out of it, or be erased."
Yours. Who's yours?
You see, coming from the shadows, teeth long and sharp,
Yeah.
like tree trunks.
Yeah.
Coming in, the snout of a massive
Yeah.
black panther of some sort, growling into the darkness. And all it says is, "You've been warned."
Who are you? Why should I listen to you?
I am a knight. And the shadow, the door opens.
Huh.
And Pibbles is right in front of the door at your feet, just going,
Does no one respect?
Did he bite you?
No, I'm just very strange how people treat me these days. I'm gonna pick up Sir Pibbs if he allows it and walk him over to Lenora. There might be something evil attached to this. I'm not sure. He's not evil himself. It's just shadow, I don't know.
You gotta stop biting my friends.
Oh, by the way, my brother's name, Arazel. You should not speak to him.
Okay.
And you should also not tell the others. And if you do, I will know, and I will not trust you with secret information in the future.
Okay, I'm sorry. How do I spell that?
I will not give you the spelling.
as you give that information to
Yep.
to Lenora,
Like a race with an
Pibbles now
elephant.
kind of crawling on her shoulder, just looks at you and gives you
Bracelet.
I nod to Sir Pibbles. My quarrel is not with him, but with whoever stupid person is using him.
I'd
I heard
just
it's
like to
a-
make a
a
perception
Zazel.
check because I saw them go. That's a point of meditation.
You would have heard them on
Yeah.
the door. Yeah.
I would have not been involved, but like just gone to where I could hear something if they need me. So would I have picked up that name? This is the whole reason for meditating instead of sleeping.
He would have whispered it to her.
Understood.
Like, it would have been very quiet.
Was it Araziel or Azazel?
Arazel.
Arazel.
You didn't help.
Arazel.
Disadvantage?
The night goes on. Hibbs is taken back with Lenora to the fire. Sleep comes normally.
Finally.
What do you do?
I am just, I don't know, like, do I need more sleep?
At
Do
this
I?
point, you would have had
Yeah.
half the night's sleep.
I'm gonna go back to my room and, like, rest, but not sleep, and I'm just, like, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about things, I feel so disrespected. And I don't like it. And I'm just thinking about things, and like I think as I'm thinking about things, it's gonna come back to the conversation that I had with my brother this morning when he was like, "You should figure all this out," right? And so I think he's just like going to, you know, while he's sitting there, just try his best to be like, reach out to whatever other part of himself he's currently missing.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna get you to roll me a luck check, and then that part is going to be over Discord between now and
Yeah.
Fuck! Can I give advantage?
Well, I can use my lucky.
Yo!
Can I use my lucky?
It's been a whole day!
I haven't used any of them.
Yes!
20.
It's a crit.
Wow. All right. Cool.
Oh, fuck yeah!
We moved from that, the only person who had a decent night's sleep being a Veer.
No, I mean,
You
No,
got
'cause
up.
I only did 4 hours.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
The next day comes pretty quickly, and even if you didn't get a full night's sleep, the next 2 days to catch up to Rhaegor at Runivore Gate is a trip on foot anyway. And you guys go 2-day trip as we catch up to in time with where we left off with Rhaegor. You guys would be just entering, getting to the back of the line to get to Runivore Gate,
All right.
where Rhaegor has been this entire time. We go back to your room, Rhaegor, as Cypher addresses you. What are you doing traveling alone?
Trying to get the hell away from everything.
From life is what you're trying to do. Get away from life.
Listen, I'm just going to be straightforward with you,
I
Cypher.
assume so.
It's, I don't know why you're here, but it's just a single bed.
I told you I would find you because what you are now the wielder of is something very, very dangerous. And while I don't have all of the information, my job is to have all of the information. And I'll be frank, I can't have you die with it. So I will be around.
Are you
Because if
working
do
with me
die-
or against me?
I don't intend to get in your way, if that's what you mean.
No. Are you friend or foe?
I would like to be friends. Especially considering I can't just take it off of your neck. But you are choosing to make some very stupid decisions. And if I am also allowed to be frank, the second that I knew you were carrying this, the second more devious people. I don't know how you would manage to go several months from Mansvale completely unnoticed until now holding it. But it seems as though the cat, per se, is out of the bag. Traveling alone is incredibly stupid. So I'd like to offer you a job.
Go on.
My real name is Lethis. I am what you would call a Chimerid, and he removes his mask, and beneath is a massive eye on what kind of looks like a flat plate where a forehead would be, but there's no eyes or nose, and it's just a massive maw,
A maw.
like a mouth.
Cool. So name again, sorry?
Lethis, Lethis.
The one eye, big mouth.
One eye, big mouth.
All right, Lethis. Well, if you're gonna do me the honors, then I guess I should return the favor. And I jokingly take my hood off. Hopefully I'm everything you'd hoped I'd be.
Should I say your real name? Or are we just putting on airs?
And you know it how.
My job as an archivist for the Pale Obscura is to know information, is to know things, to know a lot of things.
I like this guy. I like this guy.
That amulet being one of them, Valentine being another, Glass being another as well. My job is information, doesn't matter how important that information is. I even know about Lenora and her little kitty cat.
A lot of information I could use.
Would you like to join my team?
What do you require from me?
I would like you to meet the rest of them. Assuming you're ready to come face to face with the one you met that night. Although, you weren't very close when they were running away from you.
Have I received the letter at this point?
Not yet. Oh, yes, you would have, actually.
I would
Yes,
have? Okay.
You would have gotten it probably late yesterday.
It's very good.
I'll need some time to think about it.
The offer ends as soon as I leave this door.
I think that's pretty strange considering your best interest is to have me alive. And if, this was for good, not too sure why you'd put a timeline on me making a decision.
Oh, one step backwards. You mistake your importance. I don't care whether you're part of my group or just someone that we've caged to watch.
Well, I was saying that, reached into my bag to grab the amulet, and I just whip it out as close to him as possible. I just want to see a reaction.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw.
What the hell? 18.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
On 18, I'd like you to give me a luck check. Now, before you roll, this luck check is not in terms of good or bad. It kind of is. But as I told you before, there are kind of two entities attempting to get your attention. 1 to 10 is 1. 11 to 20 is the one who, with the golden inlays in his skin.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a 7.
You hold it up to Lethis' face. No reaction from him. But you feel it roil. It's not hot, but you can feel the forces inside moving as if like something just inside, just on the inside of the metal is like moving underneath, and you can feel it passing your skin. And Lethis goes, "Is that supposed to scare? Would you like to use it on him?"
No.
Okay. This is going to be a Constitution saving throw to not use it on him. The voice is going to attempt to use it.
Okay.
This is a Constitution is going to be a DC 13.
Okay.
If you fail, Lethis will die.
And leave it to fate.
I think either way it's fine.
That's fine. We're good.
18.
Okay.
Oh.
You feel as if something was attempting to put its hand on yours to stretch just past your elbow and up. You managed to just keep it at bay.
I immediately just grab my hand and try to force it back. Now, I'm just going to be honest with Lethis. I just wanted to get a reaction out of you. And something just tried to kill you.
This is why I'm trying to help you. How about we come to a compromise? Meet the rest of my group. You don't have to be employed. Do what you want. But I will come and get information from you every now and then. How's that?
Agreed.
A claw comes out from his cloak, and as he reaches over to you to handshake, you can see underneath, instead of just the 3 arms that you saw, there's 6.
Oh.
All of them different colors. You can see some are scaled, some are furred, white, blue, some are gold. And as he reaches up, you can see just underneath, another one is birthed, and another one falls, but it disintegrates before it hits the ground. Do we have a deal?
Do I kind of do a history check on whatever this?
You can do a history, arcana, or religion check if you would like.
What's he called?
Chimora.
Chimorid. Khimorrid.
KH.
Way different than I thought.
You're just gonna have to put every spelling in the Discord.
was-
I thought it was like Chimera, CHI.
Spell it
Yeah.
again, sorry. KH.
I just put it in Discord. Khimorrid. I put it in the welcome one by
Chimorid.
accident. I keep doing that.
Okay, can I
It's
do
a
it?
custom species?
Almost
Yes.
everything is custom. in
Can
this
I
world.
roll history
It's got his
to
own
see
monster
like if I know
manual.
anything about this?
Yeah.
Fact book.
So either history, arcana, religion, or nature. So you can do any of those 4, whichever one you'd like. All of them will give you different information.
Damn.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's best to think, what would Rhaegor be asking? right
religion, nature, arcana,
Or
what?
history.
It's -1 for all of them. So.
It's
Well,
whatever
which one do you
part
want
of it you would
this
try and figure
now?
out,
View.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
WWRD, what would Rhaegar do?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you'll only get one answer from the DM, from
Yeah.
one perspective.
And it'll be the perspective of whatever question you're asking, like whichever
pressure.
skill you're using.
History.
Okay, history it is. Go ahead and roll.
Do it all the time. It's
15.
okay, man.
Gotta be in the train.
19, even better.
19.
There it
So
is.
18.
Okay. On an 18, you've never heard of a creature like this. Especially in your time literally alive. You do remember talk on an 18. You do remember talk of a certain creature from an old invasion several hundred years ago that the Castellan was going over when training new troops. And the Chimerid was mentioned. But the only information that he had was that it was some kind of demonic twist on what a chimera was.
Lethis, if I shake your hand right now, is that going to lock me into a deal?
I am no demon.
Can you explain to me why part of you just fell off as you extended your hand?
That's actually normal. I am the last of my kind, and I have chosen to side with mortality.
And how did you just birth a new arm?
It just happens.
Damn.
As he's talking to you, another one and another arm falls. See?
This did happen before.
I am in a perpetual state of birth and death, is what my very nature entails. Perhaps if we were to grow closer in the coming weeks and months, I'll tell you. But as of right now, do we have to be?
I'm not locked into anything. You're going to come around for information.
I will even just take your word. Should you wish to not shake it.
I'd rather just take my word.
Then come with me. You will meet the others. And he leaves the room. Do you follow?
I want a good night's sleep. Can't do this in the morning?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Oh, right.
A good afternoon nap.
You're a teenager, right?
Yeah, we had to go forward 2 days. To get
Yeah.
back to
So you've actually had 2 nights of good sleep.
Okay, fair enough. That being said, then I'm going to make sure that's marked down.
Oh yeah, you got all your stuff.
Yeah, I follow him.
Okay.
I'm just going to write a note before I leave, and it's going to say, received your letter.
Just write it and send it.
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
You
can
right,
put
you
it
have
over
little
Discord.
note cards in there.
I think I lost them.
Okay, that's fine.
Or the yeah, so
You can say it
do it
though
at the
if
end
you
of
want.
this.
yeah, okay. So it's essentially just gonna say, received your letter, understood. Leaving with Cypher.
Understood. Leaving was like, and that's the exact opposite of what my letter was saying. This
You
idiot.
get out into the hallway, and he's not leading you out of the tavern. He's leading you to a room further down.
Yeah,
The very last room.
I
down
figure
the
we're
stairs.
gonna teleport.
Disrespected.
So
So disrespected.
the letter's just gonna say received, understood. Telling you who I'm with,
Yes.
leaving with Cypher. I'm gonna write down Chimerid
Okay.
and the last thing it's gonna say is like I completely understand, but I need to figure this out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go with Cypher. Well, I'm gonna hand that letter to the barkeep.
As you go to hand that letter to the barkeep, Lethis will go. You've met Rampa.
I have.
She nods and almost like half bows to Lethis. She's one of mine. She can help you with that letter. Though I don't quite appreciate the threats towards one of my people, but we'll go over that another
What?
Come with me. And you hand the letter off to Rombo.
Yeah. Yes. Rombo, can you give this to an individual that's more than likely going to be coming through here at some point? Either a small half-elf lady with dark hair, a white dragon, or a overly confident tiefling.
I will hand it off to someone of that nature, yes. Thank you.
All right.
The man who's covered in hearts would be the easiest.
Lethis takes
Hearts
you
on a sleeve, so
to
to speak.
the room at the far back of this small hallway, carved into the stone. And as you go, this one actually has a door. It's not just a cloth over it.
Walked right into his establishment. Nice.
Maybe.
Or you were led.
In behind, he opens the door. And in behind, there are 5 people, all with a mask of some sort. Some just have it over. Some have actually the golden eye as a pendant around their neck. And there are 5 of them kind of sitting at a rounded table in the center. And he goes, I'd like to introduce you. The first is a human woman who looks up at you, and she's got kind of this, like, her eye keeps twitching a little bit, and she walks up to you, and she's like, no odd feelings, eh? Back in Onsvale? It was me. It wasn't me. It was me running away. No offense, you really look like you did it.
Sorry, your name?
Oh, Marza. Nice to meet you. People call me One Finger, and she's got 9 fingers, but she's got 1 finger missing.
Wait.
Opposite. This.
Yes. That.
And now watch us all struggle as we try to put that 1 finger.
And across the table, there's a dwarf who just nods at you, and he just says, Vorik.
Dwarf.
He's got a massive scar that goes from one side of his face all the way down to the other, but it curves around through his beard and across his neck in the back.
Jesus.
Cool.
How'd you get that?
Dragon.
Respect. All right.
So wait, just to be clear, these aren't all Chimerids.
No, they are not all
Okay.
chimeras. The only chimerid here is Lethis. Another is an elf, tall, lithe elven woman who is kind of like, she kind of looks a little bit more proper than any of these people. Like, she's sitting quite up, and she just gives you a light nod. She says, Layla, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Layla.
This one here is Crick, and it's a small, hunched over, it kind of looks like a halfling, but there's like a huge hump on the back, and they refuse to remove their mask. No one really knows. Anyway, this is Crick. If you ever need anything pawned, Crick is your guy.
Nice.
And on the other side of the table, as the two of you kind of enter fully, now you're in this room. The 5th, who's kind of standing at the back with like the cloak fully draped, but this one doesn't have the mask. Sorry, 1 second. This one does not have the mask, unlike everybody else. And as she turns to you, a tall, peach-colored scales.
Oh, fuck.
And she just says, Summer, a dragonborn. That's where we're going to end this week.
Where mirrors drown in voice and wave, and echoes envy what they crave. Beneath the hush of salted stage, a fragment weeps soul devours with grasping hand. Below, beneath all breath, the swollen sin consumes in death. Where sky splits stone and shadows freeze, and pride still clings to ancient knees. The wound that fell a winged crown still hums its hymn.